Okay. Hey guys, SHOPTALK Podcast number 24. We're live. We're recording. How's everyone doing?
We're not live, but
Well, yeah, right now we are live. Yes.
We should try to go live one time.
Yeah.
Like on Facebook Live, I think we could do it.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun.
yeah, and then just record it and then
Send it.
send it to the void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking live call-ins right now. Caller number 3.
Then you can't.
Geometry's not a theory; it's a fact.
There's our calling.
Probably one of our best one-liners of the show so far.
yeah.
Of Brian Dyrdahl talking about the Skidoo engineer.
Yeah, the best quote to come from the podcast so far.
Turn it up and play it again.
That's
bro.
as loud as it will go. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I mess with the audio, but I'm not doing that right now.
Sure. Press it one more time.
Like geometry's not a theory; it's a fact.
That's good.
Okay. So yeah, episode 24.
What's on the agenda today?
We're giving the Carbide Podcast guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spencer Delabruere, the guy who does the Carbide Podcast, giving him a call.
Yep. That'd be cool.
We were going to talk to him about Lake Geneva, the Snocross race that was supposed to happen this weekend,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
No. Because it was super warm and couldn't make enough snow or what?
They lost all their snow, and they had 90% of the people show up to the event and then cancel it.
Oh, not a good look.
No. So the Facebook comments were pretty heated.
Nice.
On it. So, did you see the pictures of it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Like Jesse Hallstrom was there, and he sent me a Snapchat of their snow pile, and the snow pile had probably more mud in it than snow because it looked like they took the groomer and just scraped the hillside, like of the snow that was on the hillside at least, and just scraped the topsoil with it to push it into the pile, and it didn't look good. He said, "I wish I would have brought my dirt bike."
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he going to race?
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he was gonna race Sportlight. So yeah, we're gonna give Spencer a call here a couple minutes. Kyle, you're working on the ZRT.
Yeah, I tore into it a little bit today. Got all the lake sleds put away for the year. They're done. So yeah, just started tinkering on the ZRT, and it's like there's a lot of crap with this thing.
Yeah.
I got a lot of parts with this thing, so it's helped out a ton. So before it was all open carbs and stuff like that. So I started mounting the airbox and stuff in there and rerouting where the coils are and the CDI box and the fuel pump. And yeah, totally redoing everything because it was
Super messed up.
well, it was like super organized and nice. And then when you put the airbox on there, then it messes it up. So
How come you didn't try it with no airbox first?
Didn't we kind of have this conversation last episode?
A little bit, but
the way how I'm looking at it, there's no good air like with the dash and the hood and everything on it.
Yeah.
There's like no good air on a ZR1 chassis anyways.
Yeah.
Even with the airbox on, the airbox just tucks underneath the dash and there's a hole on top of the airbox. So where the air comes is in between the dash and the airbox.
Oh, sure.
So I'm happy it's an open class so I can vent the dash instead of having it like come up underneath and then over top. So I'll just vent the dash and it'll be good air and then it'll still be equalized in a way. The way they have the airbox is it's like split for the steering post. So it's like not really equalized, but it's just going to be some interesting stuff to come when we get it on the lake.
Yeah, that's why we like that it's going to be open class too, because we're maybe going to get a different hood because the hood on this one is so nice. So to get a different hood and then like cut the whole back side of the hood out almost like that TNS Sioux sled on how kind of the whole back of the hood is open for more air to get out of there. Kyle, we did have a question for you on YouTube though.
Oh,
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah. Let me get it here. Question for Kyle. Just for the sake of conversation, what's your favorite spray guns?
Okay. So the Iwata W400, I really like that one. So at the shop, we've been using some guns that kind of came with our booth and stuff. And they got a really weird spray pattern. It's like really wide. And I don't usually like that because I like to be a little bit farther away from the from the surface that you're painting. That way you can see kind of how it's laying out, and you don't have to be so close and fast.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like doing that because you can't really tell how it's all laying out. So that Iwata W400, it's got like a narrower pattern, and it seems like they get more pressure.
You can turn up the air a little more.
Well, you're supposed to run them at 20 pounds, you know, so I always do. But like it seems like you can get a little further away and slow it down, and you still have good material going down instead of it all fanning out and just wasted product. That's a big thing. Bodywork is all wasted product. Like tape, wasted product, paper, plastic. You know, you're paying, you know, $20 a roll for like fine line tape is $20 a roll, like shop cost, you know, and it's all getting thrown away.
Yeah, all of it goes in the garbage.
And so like, yeah, I just don't like wasting as much product as I should. So like with a gun that sprays wide and stuff like that, when you're spraying bumpers and you got like a surface this big to hit and you have a wide fan, like half of that product is
going under and over it. Yeah.
Like, Brody, you do a lot of spraying.
Yeah, I don't have. I can't remember
cabinets.
I don't have the name of the guns though, but there's different guns, and they're all different.
Yeah,
and there's guns that you like more. Like I like a wider tip on my gun because I can play with it more.
Yeah,
I can turn it back if I need to, or you can turn it open and spray some super heavy thick primer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he says, "What?" I'll just go through the whole thing here, Kyle. What paint products do you use at the shop? I work at a GM Tech Center design studio as a painter. We use the SATA Jet 5000S. Use DuPont Chromex Pro and Chroma base and PPG Eviro base. Love the podcast. Look forward to it every week. Thanks, Jeff.
That's a really good, you know, system. Kind of worked with that stuff in college. That's like they had 2 different booths and 1 mixing room, and that was 8 years ago. And there was like a waterborne phase that everybody went through, like waterborne, you know, but they say it saves time and stuff like that. I'm not a big waterborne guy, and JAG was for a little while, use a lot of water-based stuff, but now we went back to the solvent base, and it's Chromax system, and I really like it. Works, all the mixing systems work really good, and it's all on the computer, so like our camera shots and stuff are really, really updated. So like it's updated to 2024 now, so like you take a camera shot of a 2024 vehicle, there's a variant
of paint color to match. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, is that why you're always sending us like pictures of like there's 5 different colors of whites?
Yeah, well, like, that's
God,
like so.
Or is that just like the company making that many different kind of base colors?
Well, it for the Chromax company, like that's the colors that they make or whatever. But from the factory, like it's different every day. So like that's why they have so many variants. You know?
Oh, I see.
So variants of one color, and Chevy white has been using U8624 as a paint code for a white Chevrolet. They've been using that since like 1999, 98, something like that.
Yeah. Keep it the same.
To now.
Yeah.
But you look at U8624 paint variants, there's a bunch of them. But usually white, you can just blend it and it turns out pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Starting off with some paint talk.
Yeah, paint talk.
I like talking about it.
my talking about different shades and stuff. I used to be really bad at it, but for just 2 years of it, like I've gotten better at it. Where you look at a piece of wood and it's like, well, yeah, there's some green in there and like a hint of blue, and people were like, what are you looking at? It's like, you guys don't see that?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's brown. It's like, no.
That's a big trick. Like,
yeah. You gotta, you're kind of born with it, but you can definitely teach it and like learn it over time.
Yeah. And when I was going to school, like we had girls in our class, and the girls could see a lot. Girls can see a lot better than guys can.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
Like all the new pearl colors and stuff, you know, that's there's so many different variants, and like you look at each variant, they mix. You mix the paint, you know, and you have every little different color that goes in. Every one of them's different. Like if you have a variant it could be the same paint code, but the variant, you look at the way it mixes up, and you're using all kinds of different colors. So, it's you definitely have to have an eye for it.
And you feel like a mad nerdy scientist when you're mixing shit up. Mm-hmm. It's fun though. I like it.
Yeah,
different spraying, but still they're all still kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Enough paint top. Well, what else are we?
What's your favorite dump truck?
Our Pete that we have.
Yeah.
Our 91 Pete.
Big power.
No, not as powerful as the Kenworth that Brady drives, the T800. But I just like that older Pete just because it's kind of it's just so simple.
No emissions.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So we're gonna give
back in a snowmobile and motorsports.
For any new listeners that listen, this might be their first episode ever. They listen to us. They're gonna just start listening. What the heck are these guys talking about?
I'm a body man. He's a cabinet man. He's a dump truck driver.
Yeah.
Not just a dump truck driver.
You work with dirt. I don't know.
Yeah. I got to scoop the dirt in the dump truck and then dump the dump truck and then spread the dirt out of the dump truck. Okay.
And you got to have an eye for that too.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Call me Gouge.
Okay, Brody.
No. See what?
We should have gave... Who knows? Spencer might be on his professional equipment.
True. He probably will
Just
be.
waiting.
Mr. Arlo, what's happening?
Spencer, is this the Carbide Podcast?
It is. I believe it is. Is this a Shop Talk podcast?
Yes, I believe it is as well.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Looking forward to it. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, this is a collect call, so you're gonna have to cover that.
Oh, is that what it is? I don't have the budget of you guys, so it might be tough.
What budget? We don't have a budget either.
No, he's the one with the actual sponsorships.
Yeah.
No, we've had a couple sponsors.
We're in
Yeah, but I don't have cameras like you guys do. That's where all the real money is.
A GoPro?
Yep.
Yeah. Also, don't have a non-heated garage that you get to film in every time.
Yeah.
What this we got floor heat.
Hey man, I'm pretty cold.
It got cold out. Okay, I should have turned it up.
So Spencer, how do you say your last name to start with? Is it Delabruere or
Delabruere is how I say it. That's what I'm running with.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because with the last name of Arlo, we get it butchered every single time. So
it's an East Coast name for sure.
Is it?
Very, very, very French Canadian. If you ask anybody up in Quebec, they'll say it very differently than I do, for sure.
Sure. Huh. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way just to make sure I had been saying it right or was going to say it right. But
I've heard it every which way imaginable, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Good to know. Good to hear.
So Spencer, it's so this is the collaboration that we've been talking about for a little while. And to get you on this week, we were going to talk about Lake Geneva Snocross. But Lake Geneva did not happen because they were going to try to run a mud snowcross event again that maybe people said no to.
Yeah, I didn't get some of the true details of how tight it got, but from some of the people I talked to, half the teams were in the pits. A bunch of people were parked when they pulled the plug.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the thing that people were most annoyed about, was just that a lot of people had traveled all the way out there just to have it canceled, even though some of us knew there was a chance the entire week that it was going to get canceled.
Yeah, because even that picture they posted 2 weeks ago, the hillsides did not look good, and they were promising to make snow for 2 or 3 nights, but still that's just not enough. And our buddy Jesse Hallstrom was going to go out there and run pro light. And yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sent me a Snapchat. They'd got out there and everything, and there was so much mud and dirt from scraping the hillsides of the ski hill in the snow that it was more dirt than snow.
Oh yeah, no, it was brutal. Me and Matt Greenwood were texting back and forth pretty much all day Thursday, just watching the live cam. Just nah, there's no way, there's no way. And yeah, lo and behold.
Huh. So yeah, that's Yeah, I was reading some Facebook comments and people were not happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, if I had drove all the way out there, I'd be pretty annoyed too. But they've had some pretty rough situations so far this year, and they have still pulled off races. So I was at like a 50-50 chance. If it got canceled, I wouldn't have been surprised. And if they pulled a track out of their ass, I also wouldn't have been surprised.
But yeah, going into that was kind of a bummer not to have a race to talk about this weekend, but we'll just kind of spitball it and talk. Maybe Kyle's got some vintage stuff for you.
Yeah. We've been focusing on dirt bikes as of lately.
Yeah, I already got 4.5 hours on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys go to Cambridge yesterday?
Yeah, I did. And met Vince down there and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you know Eric. He's a photographer for Polaris.
Oh, is he? Maybe I know him.
Yeah, Eric.
What's
Flesh Linker or something. Or Ty. There's two other Polaris guys there. Ty, who works for Polaris or Indian, and another guy with Polaris or Indian. So.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
it's a small world over there.
Yeah. Yep. But I thought about messaging you to see if you wanted to come up to Cambridge or not. I didn't know if you still had a dirt bike still or not.
Yeah, I still do. Like last summer, I got out and rode like once, and then the previous summer it was like twice. But a couple of years ago, I was telling Vince this the other day. I was all in on hair scrambles. Like I did the whole District 23 schedule. I did all the border battle stuff. And then I got married and bought a house, and it just all went downhill. Now I don't have any time anymore.
Yeah, I know exactly how that goes.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, Cambridge is like 20 minutes from my house, so I wouldn't have been very fast, but I might have showed up.
No, I wasn't very fast neither. But you know who is fast is Vince.
Oh yeah,
he is like. So we went to Huntersville. Like it was like 20 minutes like southeast of Park Rapids. And some tight single track trails, and Vince just worked me there, like because Vince is like AA hair scramble guy.
Oh yeah,
and then get to the sand track, and Vince just works me there too. It's like, God dang it!
I'm telling you, that's why his hairline is on the top of his head. He's going so fast.
I've ridden Cambridge a couple of times. I know the Woods Loop wasn't open, but the Woods Loop is pretty dope. But I suck in the sand. Like even though I'm a New England guy, I suck in the sand. So Cambridge is not my ideal track, but it's still fun.
Yeah, no, I had a blast there. It's a lot like we have a sand track up at Brooks, and it's sandy up there, but like Cambridge is like a deep sand. Like,
oh yeah. The last time I went there and rode the moto track, it had rained like for 2 days straight beforehand, and oh my god, like it was just so deep, and the ruts were just terrible. But yeah, we'll get back there one of these days.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make a plan to go to Cambridge sometime.
Yeah, I was because it was 4 hours for me to get down there. And
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had put a picture on, and Luke VanSlyke had hit me up, and he said that he's been there, and that was a fun track. And he's like, "Oh, we should have met in the middle because it was like 5 hours for him to get there." Like, yeah, we could have. So Spencer, to start off, I just wanted to ask you, like, on how you came up and started with doing a podcast, and then like there's such a weird story on like kind of how we started talking about ours. So like, how did you get the idea or want to even start yours?
I mean, probably the same as you guys. Like I listen to so many other podcasts in different sports, and like particularly with moto, like I consume so much of it. And of all the people I've met in the snowmobile world over the years, I just felt like I was never able to really scratch the itch of getting that information on the snow side. And I probably waited like a couple years. Like I tossed it around in my head, like honestly, just hoping somebody else would do it, because I didn't think I had it in me to do it. And then ultimately I finally just said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and see how it goes. And I didn't really, I've never done anything like that before. I love history, so I always did the research and stuff like that on my own anyway. But we started with a couple guests right off the bat, and it grew really, really quickly. Admittedly, I didn't think it was going to, like I was thinking some of the people I've had on thus far, I'm like, well, maybe someday I'll get Blair Morgan on, or maybe someday I'll talk to some of these guys. And then it just ripped right right through it, and it happened pretty quickly. So it's pretty dope. I'm super stoked on it, but yeah, was definitely not in my bingo card if you would ask me this time last year.
Well, we all think it's great. Like, we love it. Like, some of the people that you do get on is like insane. Like, the knowledge and stuff like that is so fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wish we could get more into, you know, but it's hard having like live guests, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the people that you get on, and it's like crazy that, like, unbelievable, like the knowledge and all that stuff. It's pretty entertaining to listen to.
And Spencer does a really good
Yeah.
job with research and
Yeah.
asking like the right questions too.
Exactly. Yeah.
That right there is probably like the hardest part, as you guys know. Like I was actually just listening to your dad's podcast again today, just going back for some entertainment, and just like going into the, like, trying to find the results or trying to find the information to craft up like good questions and at least know the timeline so you don't sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's the hardest part, just
Yep.
tracking down the information and knowing what to ask.
Yeah. And like with, I know our one thing with the Brian Dyrdahl podcast is we were talking about the timeline, but we were actually like a year off the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That like he'd won in 97 at Pine Lake, but he was actually on the 98 sleds.
Yeah.
So like
Mm-hmm.
I had got a few comments about that, of like that everything was just 1 year off.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, yeah.
but we did work on one sound drop. We're slowly converting to Pulp MX here, Spencer.
Okay.
So we got one Brian Dyrdahl sound drop, Brody, if you want to hit it.
Like, geometry's not a theory; it's a fact.
The best quote to come out of this podcast so far.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Spencer knows what I'm talking about with Pulp MX. They just do sound drop after sound drop of just some of the most funny things.
The worst part of that is that, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Gunnar, like, those words are now part of my regular vocabulary. So like, I just say them now in my regular life, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and then there'll be like one guy in the back that'll be like, I get it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah, I get it all the time. I was just, we'll get there when it's time.
Yep, exactly.
But no, Spence, like we started talking about podcast stuff like 2 Pine Lakes ago, like
Yeah.
so well over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like half a year ago when you kind of started yours. And it wasn't until like the Joey Hulstrom one was the first one that I listened to.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that was the end of, because I looked it up today. It was the end of July you posted that one. And so I listened to it, and then it was really good because I like talking to Joey anytime I meet him at the races and everything. He's always full of really good information. And it's funny when he calls me and he's wondering about like how's the ice on Pine Lake and what do you think about this? And so that's always cool to get a call from him.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? Oh, so that was the end of July. And so we hadn't really talked about our podcast stuff for quite a while, for like the first half of that year almost.
Yeah, it wasn't until about like heydays, then it was like,
Yeah,
let's do it.
so it was after I listened to a few of the Carbide podcasts where like I really started egging Brody on to look for equipment, and my wife said like, who's gonna listen to a snowmobile podcast? and then
That was my thought. It's
I-
like, who's going to listen to us?
I said, me, look at this. I'm listening to this guy talk to Joey Hulstrom and not knowing any idea who you were at the time or anything or any of your other podcasts. But it's like, I'm listening to this, so other people will probably listen to us. And it was crazy on how it took off from there.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day, one of the guys I'd done an interview with, Phil Whipple, and because he's been a supporter early on. I did one of my first couple episodes with him. He's a big New England guy. And I was like, honestly, I didn't realize there was so much of an appetite for it. I thought, I was like, maybe I'm like an isolated case that I just want to hear about this kind of stuff, and maybe like 5 other people do. But, you know, with myself and then obviously with you guys too, like, it's clear there's a lot of people that have been looking for this kind of content for a long time, and they finally have some really good stuff to listen to. So I think it's sick. I'm pumped.
Yeah, and it's very surprising to me on the people that some people that I expect to listen that don't, and some people I would have no thought that like, oh, there's no way they'd know that we do a little silly podcast, and they bring it up to me. It's like, wow, I can't believe you listen to it or you watch it. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
that was Gunner's idea, and like he brought it up and was talking about it, and like he was right about there being a niche of people that wanted to listen about like motorsports and snowmobile information. I had no clue. Like I thought there was going to be 5 people, maybe 10, but like he was right about there being like a little community that wants to talk and listen and expand more on this snowmobile stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the like the old Snow Week magazines and
Exactly.
like Snow Goer and stuff like that. I used to go like every month when they'd come out. Like I'd be subscribed to it or whatever, and then it all just kind of started going away, and it's like all on the internet, and then like some of that information just goes away, But I'm a big history guy. You are too, Spencer. Like like I always used to get the vintage snowmobile magazine and stuff like that, and that's kind of where it all really took off. Like I just like. Every couple of months when those would come out or whatever, I'd study that like so much. It's unreal because it was like, well, it's all around, like all the vintage stuff, it's all around here. So like,
oh yeah, at every bar, it's like, oh, that's an old sled. Like,
yeah. So I always thought when I was a kid growing up and stuff, that was like the cool stuff for me. So that's kind of how it started going into it. And it'd be cool to, kind of affiliate some vintage stuff into our shows too, like because there's community out there. The vintage community is huge.
Obviously, you're part of it. Like holy shit, I had no idea.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be cool to maybe do some vintage talk if you guys want to do a little research on.
I'll leave that up to you on the research.
Yeah.
There's a guy who does. Kyle, you've probably listened to it or maybe you've seen it on YouTube, but it's called the Vintage Snowmobile Lovers Podcast. And it's done by a guy, ironically enough, he's like from my hometown in Vermont. What are the odds? But he does it on YouTube like every Thursday night. And they basically just go through old pictures that people submit of their old sleds. And the amount of like dudes in their 50s and 60s that tune in like religiously every single week. And they can like just throw a question out there. Like, does anybody recognize this sled? And immediately there's like 50 people just saying like, yep, that's this. They made it from this year to this year. Here's a cool story about that. Like, it is ridiculous how much information those people have. So I'd love to hear you guys do some vintage stuff. I think it'd be really cool.
Like my vintage, like to me, like my cool eras, like is about to 97.
Yeah.
Like 96 maybe. But from 96 and newer, that's kind of my era that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Like, because my father-in-law has a really nice TXL. And so like, I'll look at that thing in his shop and whatnot every now and then. But it's just like, I don't have any interest in it. It's cool to look at, but like they were just so far. Like I hear on my lips.
Yeah. Don't do that into the mic.
Maybe something we can plan on doing sometime is like in the 70s, it real like the snowmobile stuff really started taking off. So from like 70 to 80, like there's so much technology that come out in 10 years there, like IFS suspension, that's when it all first started. So like maybe we could just do a segment on, 70 to 80.
Yeah. Like I did that walkthrough of Artie Cat's 60th anniversary video.
Yeah.
And that video, that reel got really popular on Facebook. And there was a lot of people that were just like, oh, I remember those sleds from the 60s and 70s. And where was this sled? This sled wasn't there. And
yeah.
You were up there at that one, weren't you, Spencer?
60th? Yeah, I was there.
Yep.
I was there.
Are you going up to Polaris's this summer?
I'll probably try. I'll try and make it up there. I'd love to see some of the old stuff, and it's a haul, man. It is a haul. So hopefully we can make it happen.
Well, I just did it yesterday, just down and back.
Dude, I don't think people from Minnesota they don't even truly understand. Like back home in Vermont or all in New England, you could probably hit every single state in like a 3-hour drive if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
And you can't even get halfway up the state in Minnesota in that time. It's ridiculous.
To go from like north to the south border would probably be like 8 hours. I'd say, because like we're 2 hours from Roseau, and it'd probably be like 6 hours down to Albert Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, probably 8 hours. But yeah, working in New England or New York, I mean, everything is all right there.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's pretty handy.
Yeah, like when you said you'd go to you went to Southwick, and then you went to
Unadilla.
Yeah, Unadilla.
Yeah, they're
It's
all
like,
within 2 hours, so it's like
that's crazy.
It's all right there. It's pretty handy, and then you come back here, and it's like, holy crap, that's 4 hours away, and everybody's like, it's only 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just for a reference, Spencer, like our closest Walmart is like 40 minutes away from us.
Oh yeah, no, dude, like growing up, my hometown in Vermont had 5,000 people. If the closest Walmart to me was about an hour and a half, unless you wanted to go up into Quebec, and then it could be like 30 minutes. But still, like you wanted literally anything at all, you had to leave town. Mm-hmm. So I completely sympathize with you guys up there.
5,000 people though.
That's huge.
That's a huge town though.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It makes me laugh. Like these like quote unquote small suburbs of Minneapolis. Like Ham Lake has like 16,000 people, and people call it like the boonies. And I'm like, dude, I'll show you the boonies.
Yeah,
you don't even know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
We have more cows than people here.
Yeah. And that's kind of one thing that we've talked about, like within a 40-mile radius of Pine Lake, you know, and you just do like the diameter of a 40-mile radius, like how much snowmobile knowledge is in that 40-mile radius?
Oh, yeah.
It's like insane. And you drive up here and it's like, there's nothing here but like
Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Pine Lake.
Pine Lake. Like, I suppose there's nothing else to do. So everybody's just like focused on that, you know?
Yeah.
But like, that's a lot of what we've talked about is like, yeah, how much knowledge and speed is it like in a 40-mile radius of Pine Lake?
Well, like even I think that's one thing that for me at least has been really cool is like, I think people from the Midwest or Minnesota specifically, they're a little bit numb to it at this point in time. Like they just don't realize how many cool people they know in the snowmobile industry. And then somebody like me who, you know, was a million miles away from it growing up, like didn't really know any people. The whole snowmobile industry seems like a world away. And then I come out here and meet these cool people. And like the first time I got to ride at Planet X up at Shearings, I was like, oh, this is where it all goes down. This is so cool, you know. And same with like ERX and all that kind of stuff. And now I just don't think twice about it. But for a lot of people, like snowmobiling in the Midwest is just a really cool thing, and people only experience it a handful of times. So, yeah, it's wild when you think about how much knowledge is out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah. I was looking at my. What are you gonna say, Kyle?
No, I was just thinking that same thing. Like, yeah, the guys out east and stuff. They're, you know, a lot of the guys from around here are talked about out there, like when they're doing their snowmobile stuff, you know. And it's like, I can call that guy right now. Yeah, but
yeah, and then I seen the Eastern guys release their schedule for next year.
Yeah,
it looks like they have quite a few races scheduled.
Yeah, I think five so far, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I've been getting a couple messages about going out there to do a race. So.
I know. I want to try.
Yeah, I'd like to try. That's where we're at right now is we'd like to try and get out there and do something. But yeah, I gotta, you know, it all factors on the conditions and stuff like that, you know. So,
Spencer, you want to go back home and do an ice race with us?
I was really close twice to doing a snowcross race this year. So supposed to be next weekend because now it got canceled, so I can probably talk about it. But Joe Duncan had like a super dope snowcross race planned in New Hampshire. It was going to have like hill cross and all kinds of stuff. And then Bruce had a sled for me at Southside. So I was going to fly in, grab a sled, and then drive up to New Hampshire and race. And that one got canceled. Mm-hmm. But Bruce also said this weekend I could have flown to Finland and raced Super League because he had a spare sled. And I was like, dude, I can't. It's really cool, but I can't fly like 20 hours to Finland, then drive 5 hours to the track. Haven't been on a sled in 7 years, and then race, and then make it all the way home, and then be at work on like Tuesday. Like, forget about it.
Jeez.
So,
Oh my God, what a story though! If he did it, that'd be cool as hell.
oh, I know. I would have been half asleep on the track the whole time.
Yeah,
But
I couldn't believe it when you were talking to him during one of the reviews, and he was driving through Turkey, and just from race to race, it's like, God, snowmobiles are just way out there even. Too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
oh yeah, Bruce is freaking living the dream right now. He's grinding. He'll tell you how much it sucks and how much work, but the dude's traveling the world running a Polaris snowcross team. He's living the dream.
Yeah, I think it's cooler than hell for him to be that into it, to have efforts going here and efforts going in Europe too.
Yeah.
That's
Worldwide.
yeah.
I didn't even know they had snowmobiles in that part of the world.
That's where like the top snowcross guys are coming from.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I thought it was Canada.
No.
No? Oh, okay. It just
like
shows how much knowledge I have in snowcross.
75% Europeans now, wouldn't you say, Spencer?
It's pretty substantial at this point in time. Like I there's an upcoming episode with an unnamed Norwegian guy, may or may not be injured, and be back home. And we kind of get into that a little bit these days, where I think the pipeline is just so much deeper over there. But there's a lot of talent over there, and that's kind of where it's going. I think the North America, I mean, really just the U.S. guys, because the Canadian guys are really fast too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just the U.S. guys that are kind of lacking right now, but it is what it is.
Do you think we'll see links here in the next year or two?
I think it'd be cool. I don't see it happening.
No.
If you're BRP, I mean, because all it's going to do is just split the budget in half. Like they'll give out the same amount of sleds. They'll just put half riders on link. It's like KTM Husky Gas.
Yeah.
Like it's not necessarily bringing rides. It's just changing the color of the rides. So it'd be cool. But the Lynx race sled is ridiculous. It's so damn cool.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see it, but we'll see.
Yeah, that skid frame they have in there, and then even the back half of the tunnel Brody is all plastic. So like super easy to change in case you get landed on in the back or something.
Yeah,
that's that's probably a neat feature.
I'll be damned. I didn't even know there was a new sled called a Lynx.
Well, it's like
it's a company, snowmobile company.
Yeah, I had no idea.
A brother to Skidoo.
Okay,
under the same Bombardier.
I think they come out in like 78 or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
So it's not new?
No.
Oh, well, it's new to me.
Yeah, it was exclusive to. I mean, they're manufactured in Finland, but it was exclusive to that region for a long, long time. And I think BRP brought them into the U.S. in like 2019, something like that. So they haven't been here for very long.
Yep.
But yeah, cool sled.
Mm-hmm.
So Spencer, you're 37 episodes in now, and we're currently 24. So
you're the veteran.
Yep.
Yeah. You got a voice and a mindset for it more than us, I think.
I wouldn't go that far. I think mine are interesting to some people. I don't think there's a lot of laughing and entertainment from mine at times. It's more like learning about stuff. I always laugh really hard when I listen to your guys. So they're very different, but I think they're both important. They both have value, just to different people.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, you can see ours is like a niche, because we're all, good friends. So like, you're not good friends with everybody that you interview. So it's like
exactly
tough to build a relationship in 2 hours.
Yeah. Like Dustin Dorn said, we had a pretty neat dynamic through the three of us on how, as the pro racer, Kyle, the vintage guy, and then Brody that just asks the general questions.
The oddball questions that.
What's a Lynx?
Yeah, what's a Lynx? And like, how do you shit when you're racing the Iron Dog? And like, stuff like that. Like, some people might want to hear, that kind of question too.
Yeah. I did write that down. Thanks to the Dorn brothers for the recap last weekend.
Yeah, that was good.
Few messages about that people really enjoyed that.
Yeah, they make the Iron Dog sound fun and hell-ish at the same time.
So Spencer,
I would never touch that. I would never touch that race.
No,
very interesting, very cool. I would never touch it.
Yeah,
no.
It just questions pop up in my mind. Like, I know, like, you do a lot of the snowcross veterans and stuff like that, but are you thinking about branching out into maybe like Sioux veterans or Iron Dog veterans or anything like that?
I dabble a little bit. I've done some of the oval guys, and I'd like to at some point. The biggest thing it is for me is like, I can do the research with the Snocross guys and know how to talk the talk. I think I would feel so bad if I got on like a really high level Sioux guy and then just botched the interview because I didn't know the right things to say or know the dynamics of the race and things like that. So I'd like to at some point. I think I'd be doing a disservice to the guys in those disciplines if I didn't do a very good job. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Yeah,
because like you get somebody like Todd Cricky or something like that on, and then like didn't really know, like much about setups and stuff like that back in the day. So yeah, totally understandable.
I've gotten a lot of comments about John Bozek.
Yeah,
it's like I'd love to have him on. Like the millions of stories that those guys could tell.
Yeah,
even from when he came here and he battled Brian a little bit.
Yeah.
When Brian was on a Skidoo and he was still on a Gen 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like there's hundreds of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hundreds of people that we could talk to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you go through your list, Spencer, of wanting to interview people? Like, do you just send feelers out and then see who responds? Or are you kind of like, just ask this one guy and then wait for a response, or do you just bombard? Send it out there or something. I don't know what I was trying to say there.
No, I totally know what you mean. No, it's I have a long list of guys and it grows every day. It's usually I'll message a handful of guys at a time because what always happens is nobody will respond. Like you'll wait like 3 days, nobody will respond, and then finally you'll message another guy and he'll respond, and he'll be like, "All right, here's the date, I want to do it," and yada yada yada, and then all three of those other guys will respond immediately after you commit to a date with this fourth guy. So like at one point in time in the summer, I was like frantically like I was a week out and I didn't have any episodes. I was frantically messaging people. Finally got one guy to commit, and then they all committed. So I had I recorded 4 episodes in a week. And then, which, it's brutal, but then it's like all the prep work. So it's like, okay, this guy's going to commit. We're going to record on this day. Well, I need at least one night to put together all my topics and all my research and things like that. So that's kind of the hardest part is like if I can get somebody to commit to a date, then I can do the research. But when these guys are like, just, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, whenever, just let me know. It's like, man, I need a date because I got to work towards something. Yep. So there's a list of guys and I try and have some strategy to it. But ultimately it's like, well, who responds to me and who can do it like in the next week so you can kind of strike while it's hot.
Yep. Yeah, we've done that. We've made the mistake of double booking one time. And it's like one guy didn't respond. And then I asked somebody else, and then the other guy did respond finally, and then so I had to cancel. It's like so we learned that lesson right away. Yep. And then
it was all right because they were brothers.
Yep. Yeah. It was Brian and Chad. Brian, I talked to Brian, and he said, yeah, he's good to go. But then he went on a hunting trip, and we were still planning for this certain day. But then he never got back to me until midway through the day we wanted to do it, and I had already messaged Chad that morning like, hey, would you want to fill in for Brian? He never got back to me. I don't know if he's back yet or not.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to get Chad on sometime.
I wanted to plan on that for after Snocross is done, once racing is done, and then start maybe doing some kind of interview stuff like that again.
Yeah, that'd be good. Gets Chad on a good day. Yeah,
before farming starts.
The racing stuff it's a blessing and a curse because you have stuff to talk about, but it also means you have to pay attention and be in the know. So it's good and bad at the same time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. In Snocross, there's so much to watch too, because there's so many heat races and finals and 2 days of it to where watching Supercross last night or 2 nights ago. It was last night. Yeah, it was last night.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, because I watched it this morning, so that's what made me. It was Jet Lawrence just put on a clinic again.
Yeah. My picks, I probably haven't changed them for 3 weeks. Like I look at them, like, and it's just like, yeah, this is how it's gonna go. And I'm number 3 right now.
Yeah, you're third.
So
I seen that.
Yeah, so it's going good. But yeah, what did you think about our fantasy league, our Shop Talks fantasy league?
No, I thought it was super dope that you guys were doing it. I suck at fantasy. It doesn't matter if I know the sport. Like I used to play Pulp Fantasy, and I was so bad. It didn't matter how much I thought I knew. So I didn't do very good in Shop Talk Fantasy. I think my biggest miss was not picking the 56 for Pine Lake. I think I lost a lot of points there. But I think it's really cool that you guys did it. I know it's a lot of work, but yeah, I was super stoked on it.
Yeah, that's what it was fun.
Yeah, shout out Mandy for putting in all the work.
Yeah,
I mean, that's we'll be back again next year, and yeah, hopefully it takes off a little more. I mean, it really took off this year, but
yeah, it was insane. It blew me away.
Yeah, we can kind of plan on throughout the summer gathering up some some whatever victory gifts.
Victory gifts. Prizes, you mean?
Yeah, prizes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the donation, Spencer. That just come to me.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
It was Casey Prees and his wife that were playing, and she was the one that won third. And I contacted Casey, and they said they were still Artie Cat people, so to send it on to the next person. So he said he thanked me for the shout out, and he said it was funny that him and his wife were competing in our fantasy league. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll try to get that address to you this next week, Spencer.
Oh, who was our top placing moto guy? That
I'm still looking into though too.
Okay.
Vince asked me about that yesterday too.
Yeah.
So I had a busy week. I dirt bike 3 times this week. I was busy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got a 93 Chevy in the shop that needs a complete resto, and it's got custom paint on it.
I seen that, the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's my focus of the summer. But yeah.
So Spencer, are you going to ERX this next weekend?
I'm gonna try. We have some family parties on Saturday, so we'll see. I'm gonna try and get there on Friday night. But we'll see. It's a busy week for me as well. So
sure.
But anytime I try, if there's a local race to go at least make an appearance so that I can catch it. But even on doing the recaps, it is almost easier to just watch the live stream, which is really unfortunate.
Yep.
But try and make an appearance at least once.
They don't have you VIP pit passes yet for the Carbide podcast.
The funniest thing, and I'm not going to throw shade, Snocross doesn't even follow Carbide on Instagram. I don't even know if anybody at Snocross listens or anything. I have no idea. So
I would think they do.
Oh yeah,
you'd think someone would know, and
especially since you're doing the review shows too.
Yeah,
about them.
Right.
But
you'd think, but who knows? I haven't. Nobody's reached out. No cease and desist yet. So I think we're all right.
Yeah.
I was joking with Mandy. I was going to try to get a media pass for Millville.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just you get one of the vests like they have at the Sioux.
Yep. I could have done that this year at the Sioux.
Yeah. Well, some of our crew had to be media.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or a volunteer, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
We tried for Ironwood because Bruce was here for Ironwood. He actually raced it before he went back to Sweden, and he tried to get a media pass under the Carbide banner. So I had to submit all the paperwork and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys heard very much about this, but there was the rule of how you had to be at every single race in order to get a media pass.
Holy crap! No, that's a bit of a commitment. Wow.
Yeah, so that's I don't know if you saw it all, but the beginning of the season, Gary Walton posted that he wasn't going anymore, and he was giving away his hotel because Gary wasn't going to go to all the races.
Yep.
So they basically just didn't give him a media pass. So then we basically just lost Ride X 365 for the whole winter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, is not a fan, but I'm sure there's some reasoning behind it. But on the outside, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Especially, I think they're kind of sticklers too about like their ISR, like event insurance too for like their media people and everything too. So
yeah, I'm sure it was something like that. Like in order to go under ISR insurance, you have to be here for all these rounds and stuff like that. But still, I mean, it's, you know, paparazzi and Casey, those guys do an awesome job, but you know, I don't know why anybody would hinder the amount of media coverage you could have on the sport.
Yeah,
totally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
whatever.
You don't you want all the eyes you can on it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that kind of makes no sense.
No.
I really like that paparazzi on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some cool clips.
Yep.
Like, I think it'd be cool if he branched out and did a little cross country, because there's so much in cross country that you don't see.
Yep.
You know,
that's
and
why
it's like just still frame photos that you see of the cool stuff, and it's like that didn't do it any justice. You know,
yeah, that's why every time Casey comes to a cross country race, I tell him like, "Yep, put me on your list."
Yeah,
because he takes awesome videos.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, did you know paparazzi's a New York guy? He's an upstate New York guy.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. He lives out here. He lives out here now, but yeah, he's a New York guy.
Oh,
originally.
Okay. Huh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, didn't you live there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, like that. So like how we were talking about the snowmobile community here is so tight, and then like when I was living in New York, there's so many people, you know, and it was a big snowmobile area, and my brother actually went to a show, vintage snowmobile show out there. And he got to talk to a guy who had a 77 Arctic Cat cross country cat, and they didn't make a whole lot of them. They were liquid cooled, strictly race machine, like race program only.
Yeah,
and he started talking to this guy or whatever about this sled and stuff, and here that guy lived at the same apartment complex as I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like a couple buildings over. I was like, huh.
Never bumped into him, never got to talk to him about sleds, nothing like that.
Never bumped into him or anything like that. But yeah, I lived at the same buildings as me.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. So like I'd go walk my dog and I'd walk around all the buildings and stuff, and I'd be peeking in garage. I'm not gonna rob you. I'm just looking for this 77 cross country.
I want to talk to you, sir.
Yeah.
So you got any Arctic Cat leathers hanging from the ceiling or something? Or
yeah. So it's a pretty small world when it comes to, you know, this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Spencer, about one thing I wanted to ask you. So, like, with your presented by Woody's Traction Products, was that something that you pursued, or did Woody's come to you about that? Because I thought that was really cool when that came about. That it was Carbide Podcast presented by Woody's. So it was sweet.
Yeah, I reached out to a couple brands when I first started out, and like obviously. I'm sure SHOPTALK Podcast is not your guys' full-time job, just like Carbide is not my full-time job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was going to do it either way. But I reached out to a couple brands just saying, like, here's what I'm doing. You know, if you want to be involved, let me know. I'm not out here trying to gouge you for money and stuff like that. And so I reached out to only a few brands that I used back when I was racing, just brands that I knew I could stand behind. I didn't need to test them or anything like that. And TD was all over it, which was really cool. And I mean, as you guys know, Rick's like really creative with a lot of the marketing that Woody's does. So I thought that was, you know, I thought it was cool that he jumped on board, and we've been able to do some cool things with the stud of the week and stuff like that. And it's really fun that getting to work with a brand like that. I think I've worked in power sports for like 10 years almost now at this point in time. And there's a lot of brands that are just really lazy with their marketing in power sports. They're very like 30 years ago in their marketing tactics. So working with somebody like Woody's, who's very like up to date, creative, modern, understand the value and stuff like this, it's fun. So yeah, super stoked to have those guys.
Yeah, I always tell Rick when I see him at the oval or at the enduro races, everything, it's like, man, you're the busiest guy in the industry, because he's running around the pits. Yeah. He's like, he was even down to Texas for Polaris's revealing of their 2025 stuff, and so like we're planning on having him call in like after the Snocross stuff is done, because then like to do just a little like year in review stuff. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
You'll have to ask him, knock on wood, I have not had a single Woody's Snocross team rider win a stud of the week. It's been all, that other brand that's in Michigan that does similar products.
Yep.
All the teams have been those guys.
Yeah.
So we still got time, but we need a Woody's rider to have a solid weekend in Snocross.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Woody's swept pro stock at Pine Lake and the top three at Pine Lake and top 3 at the Sioux. So
Yeah.
I know for sure.
Nadawash
Well, yeah.
too.
No.
We gave because we did stud of the week for Valcor too for the oval guys, and I'm not an oval expert at all, but I tried to watch it and add some commentary and stuff like that. And I texted Rick beforehand. I was like, hey, like I want to do champ and I want to do Formula 3. Like, what are your thoughts? He's like, oh yeah, we got all the guys, so don't worry about it. It'll be a Woody's guy no matter what.
Oh, that's funny.
I think at the Sioux, they have 99% of the guys.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they're busy at the Sioux.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy busy there. But one thing that I did get texted about this Woody's golf tournament.
Oh yeah.
That's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever golfed before. I've probably done it like 4 times in my life.
Oh really?
Not good at it.
Oh, that little.
Yeah. But I've been thinking about doing this golf tourney.
It's over in Michigan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going all the way to Michigan to golf.
Hey man, it's gonna be fun. It's for the brand.
It's for the brand.
Yeah. They've been sponsoring us for how long?
Yeah, they gave us that duffel bag to give away, and I just got that $100 sent to Polly.
Nice
for the year end stuff. Spencer, what about this? What about talking about your brand, your sponsorship stuff? What about your new thing with this X Racing? I had listened to the episode with the guy, and I didn't really get like if it's promoting it is what you're doing, or if they're using your platform to promote their stuff. What kind of sponsorship deal is that?
It's a little bit of both, I would say. So
sure.
I know like people in Snocross know who Joe Duncan is, but how familiar are you guys with him?
I had no idea who it was.
Nope. No idea.
Okay. Okay. That's completely fair. But yeah, so Joe Duncan, X Racing is basically who ran WSA Snocross back in the day. So Joe was the event organizer for all of that. He was the event organizer for Winter X Games Snocross for many, many years. He did Terracross. That was at Heydays for a long time. So X Racing is basically like a parent company for any cool events that Joe is doing. And right now he does his Sunday Fun Day, which we talked about quite a bit on the pod, but his little racing series that he does at ERX, really trying to build the next generation of young riders. And then he's got a lot of cool plans out east to kind of try and revive what snowmobile racing is on the East Coast, particularly with Snocross. So funny enough, it started as me just like reaching out to him saying, hey, I want to do a podcast with you because we could talk about so much stuff. And he's basically like, maybe. But I feel like we should have a much bigger conversation after he listened to a couple of the episodes. So we have some big plans of some cool podcasts that we're going to do over the summer, but really it's just promoting what he's trying to do in just continuing the pipeline of future snowcross racers and things like that. And obviously, like I said, what he's trying to build out east, because we have nothing on the East Coast really. Mm-hmm. So what he's got in the plans for that, I think is going to be huge for the sport if we're able to pull it off.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Brody, maybe they could get you at a Sunday Fun Day on a snowcross sled.
No, I stay on the ground. I don't jump. I don't jump dirt bikes.
You don't need to jump the Gen 2, just corner it to beat hell.
Well, yeah, I could do that, I guess.
You're also not doing 100, you're doing like 40.
Yeah, but still I'm up in the air. That means I can land on the ground.
The coolest part about that series he has is really just that it's catered to obviously young riders, but it's catered to people who don't have a background in racing. It's catered to people who have to go to work on Monday. Mm-hmm. So like even when I went out there and looked at the track, it's like there's a couple spots where you can get some air, but you're really just rolling everything. Like it's small bumps and stuff like that. It's think of the Ditch Banger National, but if it wasn't all factory Snocross guys racing, it was actual just regular people racing. It's kind of what he's going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
So I could ride on the track.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It's a
Oh,
bunny.
yeah.
It's like
Big
the bunny
time.
hill at the ski resort.
Exactly. I looked at it like we went there one day to watch some of the races just to get an idea of what he was doing. And I told my wife, I was like, God, I got to get back into this. Cause like I look at a national snowcross track, does not look fun to me. Just looks scary. I know I'm going to get hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but that stuff looked really fun. I was like, this could be an easy gateway for me to get back into it.
Yeah, like me and Kyle wanted to go to Ditch Banger National this year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it happened. You know, Nadawash is that weekend.
Yep.
I definitely for sure would have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was right there in the cities that day, the day of or day before. But one thing that's coming up that hopefully, I mean, it's not, the weather's not looking great, is that Tri-5 race.
Oh yeah, in Biwabik.
Yeah. So maybe try and get something set up for that, but we'll see. So
Oh yeah.
Is it still invite only, or can anybody show up now? I can't remember.
There's registration on the Tri-5
Oh, is there?
page.
Yep.
So
but it's capped.
Yeah,
like I
that's
think
the
it's
cap.
capped at
Yeah.
so many entries per class or something.
So it's hard to enter right now because it's really optimistic if we're gonna race it or not, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, do I want to put effort into a sled right now if it's not gonna happen?
Yeah.
So for a sled that's just gonna sit in the garage, you know, that I'm not gonna do anything with, you know, even next winter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because you asked me about the ZR. that you
Yeah,
had.
the Snow Pro.
Yeah, I
Like,
forgot about that.
Yeah,
I didn't respond. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrible at that. Sorry if somebody messaged me and I look at it and then I don't respond because I like
You forget about it.
I'll like, okay, I'm doing something. I'll respond with later. Totally forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible at that.
I thought maybe you just hated me.
Still have to do the podcast with you though. It sucks.
Yeah.
He dreads it every week. Gotta see Kyle again.
Yeah, Kyle's coming here. God dang it.
So Spencer, how your Tucker Hibbert episode? How do you top
Mm-hmm.
that? True. Oh, especially your reel you made of announcing your Tucker Hibbert episode.
Like the movie trailer for it. Like
Yeah, that
basically.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I watched that.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it. Yeah, there was a lot of work. I'm not just like you guys. Like I love seeing cool videos, but I'm not a tech guy by any means. So I spend like hours working on reels. So it's very disappointing when they don't hit.
Oh,
But,
it is an algorithm that just makes me cry every other time.
Yep. But I mean, yeah, that one was really cool. That one was in the works for like 2 months, so that was really cool to get that one out there and stuff like that. And I don't know, like I got one coming up that's going to be pretty dope. But I agree. You just keep moving up the ladder, and I'm super grateful. It blows my mind anytime I get to talk to some of these guys. They almost wish like it would have happened like a little bit later. Like maybe I should just sat on some of these for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know Chris Barant just did a podcast with Tucker.
Yeah, I listened to that one too.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, and I listened to it. I was like, yeah, well, I got him first. So,
Yeah. That'd be another good one. That's a good idea, Chris Barant.
To talk to us?
Spencer.
Oh, Spencer, yeah.
yeah, there's a hint. Like even TD texted me that day. He's like, hey, you're going to have one with Turcotte? I'm like, I'd love to talk to Turcotte at some point in time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of these guys that I would love to talk to. It's just sometimes it's difficult, like just cold DMing them saying, hey, do you want to come on my podcast? Sometimes you need like a little bit of help. Like the Robbie Malinowski one came from Woody's. Like Rick made that one happen. And like, you just need to build out the network, like the web, to get some of these people sometimes. And it gives you a little more credibility. Like the Levi one, I will completely be honest, I utilized every internal Polaris like thing I was able to pull to make that one happen. Like I didn't message Levi. I went internally at Polaris to make that one happen. So yeah, got to use what you can sometimes.
Yeah. No, I just listened to your Mike Coletti one. I thought that one was really good too. Because Mike sometimes isn't a very talkative person, but he was really good at talking in your interview, and he had a lot to say. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, that one turned out really good. I looked back on that one and I was like, we had a lot of really cool like discussions that I didn't even have planned for, like the ones about the Snow Pro 500 and the oval stuff and things like that. And it's cool. Like I try and spread the love to the different brands and all the different things that people want to hear about as much as I can. And yeah, that one turned out way cooler than I thought it would.
Yeah, because then he brought up Cataret's win in 2010 with them, and then so as soon as I heard that, I instantly shared it to all the Cataret guys. Like, hey, Coletti talks about Greg in this episode. And then you had brought up our catalyst that we had built at Eagle River, but it was just that it looked cool. But it didn't go very good. So.
Yeah, definitely had the looks. Yeah, it looked badass. Yeah, I just wish it was fast and was finished. Operational.
Yeah, finished. Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It just has to look cool. It just has to look cool and sound cool. It doesn't matter how fast a twin pipe mod sled is. People will be all over it.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Especially if it looks like that Catalyst. I would be all over that thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That thing looked so cool. Looked like something Batman would be riding. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
Just stealth black. Definitely my style.
Yeah.
Or like John Wick would ride it or something. Yeah.
Oh, sure. So what's your plans for like next year, Spencer? Are we going to be able to get you up to like maybe Pine Lake or out to the Sioux or something? Like how big of a media badge do you need?
The word, like the hardest part, I would love to do. I'm trying not to be an actual media guy. The problem is there's not enough media in the sport.
Yeah.
So like you just by default become a media guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. As you guys can understand, like I had like last Friday off for whatever reason, and I was like considering going down to Sioux, or the week before going down to Sioux Falls, but I was like, this is still like it just takes so much time to go to these races and do all this coverage, and it's all out of my own pocket. Woody's chips in and X Racing chips in, but it's still, all I do is just upgrade the equipment to make the podcast better. I don't pay for travel or to go to races and stuff like that. So if I can get to that level, that'd be cool, but we're keeping it pretty low key, hoping that maybe Snowgoer or somebody else, or that rich guy, Matt Greenwood from Snowmobile Racing Network, maybe he can go to some of those races. So we'll see.
Yeah. I didn't know that was him until I had heard you mention it one time in one of your podcasts, and then I connected the dots. But it's pretty cool when he shares my stuff every once in a while, that I always message him like, hey, I really appreciate that, because he's got a lot of followers, so it definitely brings the engagement up on my page, and it's very noticeable.
Oh yeah, I give Matt crap on every single one of my shows, but he's such a good dude, and he's one of my good sources anytime, any race weekend, because he obviously shares all that stuff, but he's like the team manager for Elite Motorsports, like Gustav Salston, Adam Ashline, and he races in Pro-Am plus 30, so he's pretty connected, and then he also just does an awesome job on the media side. So
yeah, yep, yeah. Well, I kind of went through my whole list here of what I had topics to ask.
Well, what I think would be a good thing to bring back, since Spencer's a vintage guy too, like what's top 3 favorite snowmobiles?
What was the original question you guys said, where it was like, what are the top 3 worst things in the world? Or something like that.
Greatest and best things in the world. Yeah.
My favorite vintage sleds. I love a snow twister. I don't know if I can put them in order, but I love a snow twister. I love my own Scorpion, of course, so I'm not going to throw that one on the list. A Blizzard, a TNT, those are going to be on there. It's tough, man. It really is tough, because with so many brands back then, even if you're like, well, I'm a diehard Arctic Cat guy, or I'm a diehard Skidoo guy, and you walk through a vintage show, you're like, God, that ski rule looks really good, or that Alouette is sick. Like, it's so damn hard, man. Like, you could never, if somebody said if you could own one vintage sled only, it's an impossible question.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm in the same boat with you because, like, you know, your snow twisters and stuff like that, there was 3 models where, you know, like 3 models of the liquid cooled ones, and then there's also fan cooled ones. So it's like hard to pick out, you know, which one is your favorite. It's just like Arctic Cat Snow Pros too, back in the 78, 79, 80, 81. They were basically all the same sled, just different paint schemes and a little different fiberglass here and there. But it's like, can't choose just one.
Yeah.
So. I mean, Jim Dimmerman's custom triple homage to the 70s and 80s Snow Pro that he built, that thing might be up there at the top of the list.
Yeah,
the thing
for sure.
Unreal.
1100.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be cool to kind of start bringing some of the, you know, this summer, if we're looking for some content, you know, start bringing in some of that stuff.
Like, we could even, like, we have a few, sorry, I cut Spencer off there. We have a few like little local vintage stuff going on. Like, to where I've even thought that we could, our ZR440 and our new ZRT are nice enough to where we could even put those on the trailer and just bring there and like, because they're kind of neat because they're set up for Lake Le Mans and
most vintage shows have a current race class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can enter it.
So like because I suppose thinking back to what I just said, like I suppose a 97 and an 01 aren't like in that vintage era.
They're starting to branch into that.
Oh, they are. Okay.
There's a line for it. The last show I went to 2 winters ago was like 95 to present, and there was a bunch of XRXs, and there was a Storm, and it's legit.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty neat that, you know, the vintage community is branching out, because that's like a lot of what people are getting into now is like the 90s and early 2000s and stuff like that. If you've seen like a super clean 03 Firecat, you'd be like,
oh yeah.
Oof, you know, that'd be, you know, that's all really cool stuff to see. So it's starting to branch out into the newer stuff, you know. So even when you see like a super clean, you know, let's just say a Gen 2, you're like, oh man,
that guy knows a good sled.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to see that that's taken off. So
it's cool, and it sucks at the same time, because for years we just had our pick of like trailing arm sleds everywhere. People just couldn't give them away, and now everybody knows exactly what they have. They're not going to give you a deal, and it is, I got my SRX last summer, and I snuck it in. Like, I got a deal at the last second, and then now they're even worse, like even higher priced than they used to be. So if you got a sled, you got to hang on to it, because it's a tough market out there right now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we're thinking right now, is planning ahead, because, you know, these IQRs and these Snow Pro 500s and 600s, they're all going to take off within the next 10 years. So, like, right now, like the Snow Pro 500s already are. Like, there's a market for them things.
I know. I had a 2010, and I'd say it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I sold it for like $2,700.
Yep.
Yeah. I could easily sell that thing for probably like $4,000 right now.
Yeah. Troy's got a 4,000 RR or whatever, you know. I think he wants like $6,700.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's way too high.
Yeah. I was looking at it. I was like, man, if this thing's like $4,000, $4,500, I might be interested. And I was like, nope. But there is definitely a market for them things right now.
Yeah. I did think it was cool that Coletti was talked about the Snow Pro 500 too, because that was such a cool class, like from 2010 to 2013, 2014, where we had that Expert 85 class.
Yeah.
Like that was almost like a pro 500 class for a few years, to where there was a lot of top guys in there that once it went away, then all those top guys went back to like kind of semi-pro. But that was such a cool class, and I wish that Skidoo and Polaris would have came out with 500s to compete in that class as well.
So, funny story about that class. So I was on my bicycle the other day on a ride, and I get a call from Greg Marrier, because he's like one of my great resources anytime I have a Yamaha question. And he just calls me. He's like, "Hey, I just finished up your Coletti episode, and just wanted to let you know that that class pretty much came from Yamaha saying we need a class to race the Phaser. And then they had to like get Arcticat on board and get the other OEMs on board of like, hey, this is what we're going to try and do with this. It basically became just an Arcticat class, but the idea behind it too was that Yamaha had a place that they could race.
Yep,
So I thought that was pretty cool.
I do remember that there that like Yamaha was one of the almost the first sleds in that class as well. With like I think Polaris was offering like some kind of fan sled for that class as well. But I think I remember watching Trevor John on a Phaser up in Red Lake.
Oh yeah,
and like there was a handful of those guys that when a Phaser was coming through and we sat at like a nasty approach, that they were getting bucked every which way on that thing. 'Cause that first couple of years they did not have them set up, or the setup was a little off on them.
Yeah,
but I thought they were cooler in hell.
They look cooler in hell.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Vince really likes the one he has for Hannah. So,
oh yeah, yeah. They're cool machines. Like all that stuff. Like I would say, plan on buying it earlier rather than later, because it's all gonna get, it's all gonna skyrocket. Just like all this wedge stuff, all this Pro X stuff, all the Snow Pro stuff. It's all taken off. So,
Kyle, are you gonna snow check a 2025 Yamaha?
I seen that first or final edition badge. I was like, that is freaking cool. But I really liked the 2024 models, the SRX, how they went retro, like a 1981
with the black and gold.
Black and gold.
Oh,
yeah, those are freaking sweet. That's what I think Glenn should upgrade. They're the Yamaha guys. He's
got a 2017 Sidewinder.
Yeah. I always, growing up doing the grass drags and stuff like that, I never liked Yamahas because we had Arcticats, and for the A stock or whatever, there's A stock, it all goes by horsepower.
Yeah.
SRX 440 fit right in with an LT Gray. Well, they were always just a little bit faster than the LT Gray. So I was like, I freaking hate Yamaha. But now looking back on it, it's like, they're sweet machines.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Yamaha went retro. Like, they've been doing it for a while now, going retro.
Kind of with that red and white scheme they had a year ago, too. So.
Yep. And even when they brought back the Sidewinder name, Sidewinder was Scorpion back in the day.
Oh, really?
81, yep. Yeah, and the ski loops are the same as like they were back in 81. How they have a different style of ski loop on them. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's pretty cool how they replicated that into it. But even though it's a Scorpion and not a Yamaha.
Yeah.
So
even when they brought back the SRX, technically they brought it back for a 120 first, which was a little anticlimactic. But
true.
When they brought it back for a full size sled, that was super dope. I was pumped about that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's cool to see that, the retro stuff, like Polaris has been doing it for a while now, doing the retro thing. But I always like the looks of the new retro sleds.
Yeah. Like Arcticat did that for their 50th anniversary. They had that really cool black with the green pinstripings and everything. Yeah. My dad really liked that sled.
Yeah. 1100 turbo.
Yep, exactly.
I texted Ben Hayes today and I said, from Polaris, I said, hey, what are the chances that we can get a blue and red 2025 600R to celebrate 20 years of the IQR? And he's like, dude, we can't promote that we've had that for 20 years. We can't do that.
Yeah, tell them to put the dragon graphics
right?
on it.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be cool. Hell yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think some people would argue that is almost the same chassis for 20 years.
Pro X is dang close to like a 2008 IQR, and then you look at a 2008 IQR to a today's, it's like they're pretty close.
I do laugh, Spencer, listening to all your episodes of everybody that brings up a Polaris Edge chassis. And they just...
Oh, they hate it.
They hate it. Yeah. And I just always keep picturing just some Polaris engineer that worked on the Edge, and he's just punching the air.
Just pounding his keyboard.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's probably been like at least 4 times it's been brought up on that chassis was garbage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get you got to get like Bunky or Corey Davidson and then ask them about the Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's funny because I've said on my show, like, you know, growing up, like I had an Edge chassis, like as a trail sled and stuff like that, and I'd ridden them on a snowcross track. Like, I had a Pro XR many years ago, and rode on a snowcross track, and I was never fast enough to realize that apparently it wasn't very good. But the guys who are talented, they know it wasn't very good.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Like the Pro XRs and stuff, they're taking off where everybody wants them. It's like,
Yep.
that sled's a pile of crap.
Well, like I do, like one of the sleds to like buy and just put in your garage would be like one of those I think it's 04
Pro XR.
Pro XR 2
with the flames on it.
No, the 440
the
had
trail
the
one.
flame. The flames are sweet.
No, I'm the black and gray one.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
Pro X2,
the Pro X2.
yeah, 600. Yep. One of those. That'd be one of the sleds that I would buy and just put in the corner of the garage.
yeah. So
Those
me
are
and,
cool.
me and Colin were really talking about it. It's like we really like that small block 600. You know, we know it's fast. Being in Gen 2, it's like if we brought a Pro X2 and raced it in semi-pro, I mean, it could compete.
Oh yeah, probably.
But, yeah, just that small block 600 Liberty engine they're sweet. I mean, we really like them.
Yeah.
That's what they used throughout the years, but the chassis were just not up to par. I think they kind of.
I was amazed those never really took off. Like between the 600 and then the 800, that was the orange one, and then they had the IQ, the RR, the 600 trail sled.
Yep.
Like that the trail spec race sleds never really took off. Like I know they suck, but they look so cool.
Right.
Like I know they're not a good trail sled, but they look so cool. I thought they would have taken off.
Yeah. That would be for like trail like classics classes up to 04. Like you could run a 04 like IQR 440. Couldn't you?
Pro XR 440.
Yeah.
07.
IQR is 05.
Yeah,
was
05.
yeah. I was off year on my year.
Yeah.
Well,
you could run a 04 Pro XR 700 or Pro X or that Pro X2.
I was even thinking for like a ski hill sled, a ski hill race sled, like a 04 like 440 Arctic Cat Firecat chassis. That'd be a sweet sled.
That thing would rip. Yeah.
Up and down a ski hill. That'd be sweet.
That would be fun. Yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of options for that class that people are you got to be open-minded for it. So like pretty much any machine up to 700 04 and older, it's like
is trail class up to 800s?
Yeah. Or maybe I think it is 800.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 700.
Vince was asking me if he could put the VMAX 4 on that one.
Was his a 750?
I think so.
I think we'll let him slide.
Yeah.
We just won't say
let him slide.
We'll ask Vince about it.
Yeah.
If he was serious about it or not.
Yeah. I mean just let it slide in classics class. I mean, it'd be fine.
They'll take your money.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't open the hood and tech.
No, I sleeved it down. It's only a 600 now.
Yeah, but
so Spencer, any chance we'll see you at a race in a cross country race, or do you have any plans of doing that, or are you strictly snowcross guy?
I'd like to do one. I just don't have. I'm at the point in my life where I do not have the budget to go racing. And if I was going to go racing, I want to do it correctly, as I'm sure you guys all would do the same thing.
Yep.
So I'd love to do one at some point. I just got to put the funds together and see if we can make it happen. But I've done a couple of cross country races over the years, and they were always just on snowcross sleds because that's all I had. And I was never very good at it. I was never in good enough shape to do it. I think I am now. But I did back when Core, before Todd went all USXC on us. When Core was doing hill cross and all that stuff at the same weekend, I'd go there for hill cross and do the cross country, and it was not fun because you get a 600 RS on a straightaway and you hit 40 miles an hour immediately, and then you just don't go anywhere else. So, but yeah, it's fun, but maybe someday.
Heck yeah. Because, you work at Polaris or Indian or like one of those two, don't you?
Yeah, I work on the Indian side.
Oh, okay.
At Polaris. I had never overlapped with Vince, but Vince and I know all the same people. So anytime he shares his funny Indian stories, I can always relate.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh? We got any other vintage stuff for Spencer, Kyle? Or
I don't know. I'm just excited about this Polaris 70th anniversary.
60th or 70th?
70th.
Oh, 70th.
Yeah.
Oh,
70th.
yeah. Did I say 60th earlier?
I think you did. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh well.
Yeah,
People knew what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're way more advanced than that.
I just wanted to bring up every vintage sled you put on your list. I had no idea what they are.
Yeah.
No idea. You're just making up words to me, honestly.
Yeah. I should bring Brody over and show him like all of our rups and stuff and be like, I built this.
Ooh, yeah.
This is a custom my custom build. Yeah.
Kyle, you should go. I mentioned earlier that vintage snowmobile podcast. There's a guy, again, just Vermont, killing it with the vintage snowmobile stuff. But there's a guy in Derby, Vermont. His name is Ray Peranto. He's a big rup guy.
Okay.
And there's this one-off sled that they have that it was never even produced, but some guy built it as like a tribute of what a rup Snow Pro class sled would look like.
Yeah.
And it's like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It sounds incredible. He never rides it. It never comes off the wheels. But God, is it sick.
Yeah.
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 Rupp is probably my favorite vintage, just because they were so like advanced. Like they were doing cool stuff, but everybody back then was doing a lot of cool stuff, So I mean, I just like the red and the engines they were using and stuff. It was pretty cool. So like we have a couple of Rupp Magnums, and we're always open to buy more Rups.
What are you saying, Rupp?
Yeah. RUPP.
RUPP?
Yeah.
Never heard of that either.
They were a really advanced company back in the day. They made dirt bikes too.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just learning a bunch of new shit.
We still got to do that walkthrough of all your stuff.
Yeah, we can
when
vlog it.
When it warms up this spring, we'll do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Are you guys going to go to the vintage show in Duluth in August?
Yeah, so the
September?
Nationals. We went to when it was in New York. Whatever. It was close to Boonville anywhere. But
Old Forge.
yeah, it was really cool. You guys, I mean, it's definitely should put it on your list to go just to see all this stuff. It's like it's a traveling show. They call it the Vintage Nationals or whatever, and it travels every year. Well, this year it's in Duluth, so it'd be fun to go check it out. And there's a bunch of cool stuff that shows up, like even like all these old Eagle River sleds and stuff like that. It's
That'd be cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to take a shop talk trip there.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe getting a room that weekend over there or something, stay the night, because it's Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, really?
And they usually have a pretty good swap meet, so usually score some, this cross country stuff is really starting to dabble in the classics stuff.
Yeah.
So like you score a lot of good stuff at swap meets.
That's us now with the ZR, with the 440, and now with the ZRT. Like at Heydays this year, like you're just gonna have to really open your eyes when you're walking through stuff.
Yeah, if you know what you're looking for, it's out there.
Yeah.
So
I'll be looking for muskets again at Heydays.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a booth set up, Spencer, at Heydays?
I don't know. I feel like I should, but I've been to enough trade shows in my day job. I know how much they suck to work. So I don't know. It'd be cool. I probably should, but you wouldn't be able to experience Heydays to the fullest if you're in the booth. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to have my boss Brady Dyrdahl has the Sidekick, and he'll have his booth there like he usually does. And I think he said it was okay if we were gonna maybe have our table set up kind of up in front of his in the same lot, and then to have us do like a 1 hour podcast or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool
during the day or something.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring the plastic table, like the iconic plastic table, or?
That's the only way I was thinking we'd probably be able to do it, or else I don't know how we'd sit there and just hold mics, or I don't know.
I think
we could brainstorm.
I think it'd be cool to bring our whole.
Oh yeah, it would be cool, but I'm
just
just
bring the shelves.
we set up the whole shop.
Yeah.
But no, I think it wouldn't work very well I don't know.
Well, no, we're not going to have a facing camera like this. Is what
but I'm just talking about like people walking up and like talking to us. I don't know. Around a round table is kind of weird.
We'd have to probably put it against the trailer when we filmed. You know, that way people can't, you know, like don't come up to us and stuff.
No, like
we'll have to brainstorm more.
Yeah, I had kind of an idea of what we were going to maybe try.
I think it would be fun as hell though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But again, we're not going to experience the full unless we just do it for an hour special kind of show.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like maybe do 1 hour at 9 o'clock and maybe 1 hour at 4 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds good.
Still a long ways away.
Yeah.
But then you still have to do a Heydays recap pod, even if you do one from Heydays.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. We'll try to squeeze as much content out of it as we can.
Oh yeah, just like every race, you know, we're trying to
just ringing it out.
Yeah.
Gunnar, you can go full dark side, and you can have a recap show all about the Heydays show.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can
start double dipping into every video. We recap the last podcast.
Yep, they did that. There was a guy that did that.
Oh yeah,
because like the Pulp MX is a 5-hour show, and they just had the guy just recap the show.
God, if we start doing longer podcasts, we might have to start doing that.
Yeah, we're squeezing every drop out of it.
But no, Spencer. We had you on the phone for damn near an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not gonna tell you guys. You already know it goes by quick.
Super quick.
Yep. And like I noticed, are you doing more interviews like in person now? Because the first time I noticed it was Aaron Scheel. He's like, was it one of the first ones you did in person, or he didn't?
Yeah, Bobby Many was the first one that I did, and then so basically, I'll send you some pictures after this, but I built out like a home studio in my home office with all kinds of memorabilia and stuff like that, and it's pretty dope. I've been doing as many that I can in studio just because it's more fun, obviously.
Yep.
And a lot of people are pretty local to me, which I wasn't aware of, so that's been kind of cool. So anytime there's a chance somebody's going to be in town or I can do it, I try to. Sounds a lot better. It's a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a Carbide canvas sign outside the office that all the guys sign. So now it has like Malinowski's signature. It's got Aaron Scheel's signature on it, like all kinds of cool stuff like that. So
I low key thought about something like that.
Yeah.
But then I thought like maybe I can put a collage of like all of the thumbnails.
Yeah.
At one point, like into some big picture.
We could just have people sign my wall.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's my busted windshield collection is taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also been kind of cool, like, because it just has a bunch of memorabilia in here. So like anytime somebody comes, I say, hey, if you're one of those people that doesn't care about, you just got stuff gathering dust, let me know. So like people have brought me like old jerseys and posters and stuff like that to add. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah. We just added another thing to behind Kyle here is my broken hood off my 05 Rev from my 2014 I-500 crash.
How many times have you clipped that crash?
Only once.
Oh,
okay. That was the first time I ever like reposted it. Because I posted the original GoPro clip of it back in 2014.
Yeah, I usually fast forward it to that.
Yeah, and it that was before Facebook showed views.
Yeah,
but it had like 70 shares. So like equaling that out into today's time, like the amount of views that got originally is I wish I'd know how many views it got, but it didn't get as many views as I thought it would have in a reel. Mm-hmm. And then I put the Bobby Mini or the Bobby the Ricky Bobby thing to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm flying through the air right now. But yeah, Spencer, what's your? Are you releasing another one tomorrow morning? Is that kind of your schedule of Monday mornings?
Yeah, I try and do Monday mornings. There's these other guys up in Gonvick that always seem to post one on the same day that I do. I don't know what that's about, but I try and do Monday mornings when possible, unless it's a race recap, and then I got to track down Bruce. And, I still have to watch even though Geneva didn't happen, I still have to watch Super League in Finland like tonight or tomorrow, and then still do a recap for that at some point in time. So, but yeah, there'll be an episode coming out tomorrow. Derek Ellis, he's a longtime Snocross guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now he works for Hemmer Motorsports, but he worked for Carlson's and stuff like that too. So that was a fun one. So yeah, that one will be out tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Yeah, this will be, I'll try to get this one out tomorrow too.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think we're pulling against each other at all, because I know a lot of people listen to your podcast too, because I had a lot of people bring it up to me on Nadawash on just how they like listening to ours and they like listening to yours. So, so people listen to them throughout the week.
Yeah, I think they're different enough, and I think we're both just trying to do something cool for a small community. And you mention my podcast on yours all the time, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I think it's super cool, and even like, because I listen to Pulp, so like it happens all the time where like I'd be checking in on like Tuesday or like some race recap, and then Shop Talk comes up. Like, all right, got to pause whatever I had going on. I got to move over to Shop Talk, get that squared away, and then I can move on. So it's been cool. I'm super stoked with everything you guys have been able to do. It's been really cool to watch it since the beginning, and just how like it's still super entertaining. You guys are really fun to listen to and all this kind of stuff. So just keep doing what you guys are doing.
Heck yeah. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Super thankful.
Me and Kyle thought it was cooler than hell when you gave us the shout out when we were on our way to the Sioux. And
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
yeah, we thought that was pretty funny.
But yeah, the way podcasts are just, set up, the format, like we're not in competition with anybody. It's the internet. Anyone can listen to anything they want. And
It's out there.
We're all just part of this community of podcasting. Like we're doing a collab right now. Like obviously we're not fighting for attention.
Yeah, we're not selling anything.
No, it's just, if you want to listen. If you don't want to, then you're not. And
What should we title this one? Like with both of us, like Carbide's in the shop.
Podcast Wars.
Carbide's in the shop or something?
The Carbide guy comes on Shop Talk podcast.
It is kind of funny though, like not to get too deep on this, but it is kind of funny, like this generation of content creators, like even like Jesse James Bonaduce, when I did one with him, like us younger people, we're all about the collabs. We just think it's fun. We want to help each other as much as possible.
Yep.
I've reached out to some older gentlemen in the snowmobile industry on the media side that wanted nothing to do with my podcast. So it is just kind of entertaining. Like the younger people are like, yeah, whatever you want to do, man, let me know. So,
yeah, because it helps both of you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm all about it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. I love podcasts.
Yeah.
They're the best thing that's happened to the internet, I say.
How many episodes of Joe Rogan have you listened to, Brody?
Almost all of them. Yeah.
How far back did you go? Because you listened all the way back.
I was in the 900s. So yeah,
Jeez.
that's 2,000 episodes.
Brody, do you listen to them when you run, or can you not do a podcast when you run?
Yeah, I don't do anything when I run.
Really?
Nothing. I almost think it's cheating. And so I just listen to my breath and my feet hit the pavement.
He's got the David Goggins mindset when it comes to running.
Not really, but kind of. I do think it's cheating.
But
a little bit.
But at your job, you can have headphones in.
I have I got an earbud in at work, and so 10 hours of the day, it's just strictly podcasts and mostly Joe Rogan.
Yeah, back when I was on the Brody program and I was running quite a bit, I could never do a podcast when I would run. My heart rate was too low, the intensity wasn't there, and I know some people that can do it. I'm not one of those people.
No. If I did it, it would have to be music. I wouldn't be able to listen to a book or a podcast. Too much stuff. I almost don't even like listening to podcasts when I'm driving.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
Because there's not enough focus on the podcast. I can't listen to it as deeply as I want to.
Oh, that's when I listen to them
Yeah.
when I'm driving. But I see you're getting a lot of miles on your road bike, Spencer. It looks.
Oh, dude, I'm all about the road bike. It's so bad. Like I'm such a douchebag now. Like it is the worst.
Yeah, seeing yours, I'm like, maybe it would be cool.
It's a nice trek bike you got, right?
Yeah. I got into it like a lot of people. I got into cycling during COVID. Like I first got a mountain bike and then got a road bike, and it's so bad. Like my road bike probably gets the most miles over like my dirt bike or back when I had a motorcycle and stuff like that. Like I'm just a full on cyclist in the summer, and it's absolutely terrible.
No, I love biking.
Yeah. I did the same thing. Took off like around COVID time or whatever, and then it's like just waiting for the weather to change here. So.
Are you gonna get a new seat on your GT bike?
Hey man,
You better get a new seat.
I've been thinking about it, but I've also been thinking about these road bikes too. Because I only ever ride down tar, so it's like maybe
I'd have to get like a road bike, but they call them a gravel bike. Just got different tires on it.
Yeah.
Don't be a gravel guy. Don't be a sellout. Don't be a gravel guy.
I didn't know there was a fight over gravel guys or road guys. What the hell?
Oh, it's very controversial these days because gravel bikes are so much more like practical in every single way. However, it's like e-bikes. Like even if they make sense, people will just fight about them. So don't be a gravel guy.
I'll get a gravel e-bike.
You really sound like the Harley Davidson guys right now.
I'm employed by Indian Motorcycle. Don't even get me started on Harley Davidson.
Get that out there. That's clear. How about just screw the bikes and just start running? Huh?
No.
Huh?
So
no.
I was all in on it. So like at the beginning of COVID, when the gym shut down, I got really, really into running. I was doing like 20 miles a week or something like that. And then like at peak, the longest I did like 15 or 16 miles in one run, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And then like a lot of people, my knees just started to give out. And then I had to get back on the bicycle. But running's like probably more fun in a lot of ways.
Oh,
but
hell yeah.
Don't have the knees for it anymore.
No. No, my knees are not running knees neither.
You guys ride mountain bikes up there? Like, is there anywhere to ride, or is it just road stuff?
No, we don't have a single trail around us. Like, we could go to some paved trails by Bemidji.
Yeah.
But I think like the closest like bike trails, we'd have to go almost like down to Hill City maybe.
Yeah, or Duluth. I suppose.
Duluth,
yeah. Yep, or Duluth. So like, no, it really sucks. Like where we live, we don't have any walking paths or bike trails or nothing.
Ooh, brutal.
Yeah,
brutal.
So that is a bummer to where like nobody around here has nice bicycles or nothing. Because you're just riding down like a county two lane road.
Yeah. And that's where I run. I run on the Clearwater Lake Road.
With the log trucks whizzing by.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get hit by shrapnel when they go by. It just pisses me off.
Yeah. When I first moved to where I live now in Ham Lake, I used to live like in a western suburb that was all paved and it was super scenic and all that kind of stuff. And I moved out here and I started planning all these routes on my road bike. And then I was like going through, and as I was riding, I was like, oh, that's actually a gravel road, so I can't go down there. Oh, that's actually also a gravel road. I can't go down there. And, but yeah, I'm not going to sell out. No gravel.
It sounds like the better option, honestly. If I'm getting a bike, it sounds like the gravel bike's the way to go.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Never heard of it.
Okay.
That's the way I'll be going.
I'll stick to running, though, for as long as my knees can, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't see my knees going anytime soon.
Play football.
No, I'm not playing football.
Well, okay, Spencer. Well, we'll let you go and get back to getting ready for work tomorrow or whatever you do in the cities.
You can go film the Carbide podcast now. So.
Oh yeah, it's a grind, man. As you guys know, it's a grind. It's fun, but it's a lot more work than people think it is. But it's super cool. It's very rewarding, and I appreciate your guys' support. You're doing a bang up job, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, happier than hell to have you on. Like we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, totally. Sure. Yeah, this was cool as hell. Yeah, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, maybe we could go, like, if we both go to an event or something like that, we can go and then recap it together. Would be cool.
Yep.
So
yeah, absolutely. I'm always down.
if you wanted any extra thoughts on Snocross, I'll go full reporter. I'll go full analytics on it.
I always like hearing your, like, when you recap Snocross too, because like I'm just so deep in it, and I like am actively taking notes, and there's so much crap I miss all the time.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to hear somebody else's take on stuff. So.
Yeah. I think that's just the I like snowmobiles so much. Like Trevor, our buddy Trevor in Michigan, he was giving me heck at the Sioux because like I know like everything about. I could pick riders out just from their helmets and whatnot. And he's like, "Who's on the sled right now?" It's like, "Oh, it's him out there right now." And oh no, he hurt his shoulder, so he's not going to be out there at the end. And like I don't know, that's just I love watching snowcross and dirt bikes and F1 and
this comes naturally to you.
Yep,
yeah.
for sure. Yep.
If that's, you like F1?
Oh yeah, I love F1.
Oh, he's super deep in the F1.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm more of an IndyCar guy because it's actually a race. It's not just Max Verstappen riding around for 2 hours. But
hey, you gotta respect the dominance of him or Jet Lawrence or what Tucker Hibbert did. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I know. I respect the greatness.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it has to be entertaining to watch.
I think it's. I cheer for how big of a lead he can get.
True, there is something special on just how good a person can get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
Mark Marquez.
Yep. True.
Watching him.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd rather watch MotoGP than Formula One, but that's just me.
No. I'm just waiting for the dominance of Brody Arlo. That's the era I'm waiting for. So
running?
I'll be there for that.
Running, racing, you're dabbling in it all, man.
Yeah, I did just get third at Pine Lake in the classes class, so I'm moving up. I'm getting better.
I mean, your dad just got third, so it's like you're right there.
I'm right there. Yeah, true.
Yeah, and he's doing a top end on the Gen 2 right now for you for next year.
I saw he had it on the stand.
New V-Force reeds, new pistons and rings. Yep.
Man.
No, I'm excited for next year, Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not 30 below though.
Well, Tom Yort is getting handed the XC next year.
Yeah.
So
Tom Yort will be out there too.
What's
Both
going to be on?
His XC.
Oh, your XC. I see.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. So that's in the works.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, Spencer. Well, we're gonna get to Vince on the line here and talk about on how he's going to convert me to a quad guy because he just whooped up on me this weekend.
Ooh, nice. I look forward to hearing that. Definitely tell Vince I said hi.
All right. Sounds good, Spencer.
Yeah,
thanks
we'll
again.
Yeah. Thanks, Spencer.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Yep. Bye. Huh.
Well, yeah, that was super freaking cool.
Yeah. I mean, it feels so relatable because I listen to him all the time, you know? So it's like, I know this guy.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing this weekend to the guys when we were dirt biking of like, I've had people come up to me and ask me about something in the podcast to where they listen to that episode and they cemented that one sentence we said in their mind. Yeah. And to us, it's just us talking. Yeah. So like, I almost don't remember saying it sometimes. Yeah. To where it's like, oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel the same way about listening to.
There's been multiple people that talk to me or whatever, and they're like, you talk the same as you do on the show. I'm like,
that's how you talk.
Change.
Yeah, it's still just three dudes in a garage bullshit.
Yeah, it's not like you're putting you're not putting a character.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not acting.
No. Yeah, you suck at it too much. I suck at it too. I don't know.
Yeah. You can come talk to me when I'm working, and I'll talk the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. No, that was good. But yeah, like listening to if you were to go up to Joe Rogan and be like, man, it's almost like I know you.
Yeah,
like,
totally. Exactly.
How's your dog doing?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Okay, let me get Vince here.
Well, he's not doing anything. He just sent me an Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's chilling. I forgot to oil this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I told him 2 minutes.
We'll do it later. No, that's for my oil change, dude. I got WD-40 up there.
But yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I went through everything I had wrote down. I I have to write stuff down, or else I'll totally forget it once we start talking.
Yeah.
So
That's my thing too. Like I'll lose sleep over it, like thinking about stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And then it's like next day.
You gotta
out
get a
the
journal,
window.
dude.
Yeah. So like it's almost just like little bullet points or sentences that I write down just to make sure I touch on that. But
Yeah.
did you watch Supercross last night?
No, I didn't. What was it? I went out to eat last night.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I also went out.
Where'd you go out?
Bemidji.
Dang.
Yeah. Went to the big old bars in the big city of Bemidji.
heck yeah.
Didn't do anything really.
Did you see anything interesting?
No, not really. The one dude, he bought a pitcher of beer, and when the person behind the bar was getting the cups for the pitcher of beer, he already had half of it slammed. Like he was on a mission to get drunk. Like I just saw it when I'm sitting there at the bar getting my drink, and it's like, damn, that guy is on a different level of drinking right now.
Yeah. That's another thing in this, talking about the area is like there's a lot of beer drinkers in this area.
Oh yeah.
If they're not riding snowmobile, they're drinking beer.
Yeah.
Because what else is there to do? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink beer.
Oh yeah, because you're riding snowmobile.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Drink a beer and talk about snowmobiles.
Okay. Yeah, Vince is fast on a dirt bike. He is like if Vince came up and like raced at Brooks, I'd put him in A class.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yep.
Well, he spends a lot of time on them.
Yeah. He just worked me. Just
Hello?
VS3 Suspension, the Carbide Podcast guy, Spencer, says hi.
Oh, hello, Carbide Podcast guy.
He's not on.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
not on the line.
No, he's not.
I know. Outstanding.
So to start it off, we are currently switching the 5 minutes with Fox segment to 5 minutes with VS3 Suspension.
Yeah, you used to have to change the number 5 to like a Roman numeral 5, so then it's a V,
That'd be cool.
and then
Yeah.
marketing.
Like
Marketing.
I'll have your VS3 logo on the screen here, Vince, instead of you on the intro. Yeah, I'll put your logo out there.
Incredulous.
And the website is coming along. Like,
Yeah, it's coming. It's it's coming along better than the Pulp MX app. I know that. So.
What's going on with their app?
they've been talking about doing this new app on Friday. It's coming out Friday, but they've been saying it for 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be out Friday.
Yeah.
When are we getting an app? SHOPTALK app?
That'd be cool, and you can just scroll through and pick. Yeah,
That's about what Spotify is.
That's what. Literally don't need an app.
they
It's
have
already
apps
there.
for that.
dedicated just for us.
Oh, sure.
Special.
Oh, like talking about Spotify, I told Vince and the guys this, like we have 95% US, 4% Canada, less than 1% Israel.
Yeah. Shout out Israel.
Shout out whoever's listening in Israel.
I don't know how they have time to listen to us in Israel because shit's going down over there. But
I think it's whoever's bootlegging their internet from Israel, but
true, probably.
So yeah, VS3 suspension segment talk.
Kind of a mouthful, but oh well.
However we want to.
Do we have
spin
any
it.
tech questions?
Oh yeah, I did have a tech question.
Nice.
Sweet. I like these tech questions.
Me too.
'cause I'm learning too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
wow.
Vince is a
You know,
array
Vince,
of knowledge.
it's shockingly, I do not know everything.
Well, this is news to me.
Okay, Vince, I think I showed it to you yesterday, but somebody asked, is there any advantage to turning a normal IFP shock into an emulsion shock for trail riding? I have a question about that too. What does emulsion shock mean?
So, an emulsion shock is when there's no separation between the gas and the oil, and so they literally just put the nitrogen charge right into the shock, and it's like you have to run the emulsion shock is like directional, where like you have to put it so the body is up. Otherwise, if you put it shaft up, all the air goes to where the piston is, and you get like no damping essentially right away. So to answer the other question, no, absolutely not. Like an IFP shock is definitely better in every way than an emulsion shock.
Well, good to know. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That answers that. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
See, like I didn't know that.
No. No, didn't know either of those two things. No.
And so we had Vince answer a shock question.
Boom. There
Look
you
at
go.
that.
That's what this is all
Just
about.
killing the tech section.
So via
Should I hit it? Hit.
Oh yeah, so we're turning into Pulp MX here, Vince, with our first sound drop that we downloaded onto the board here.
And
so
I say it's
Okay.
perfect for what you're talking about.
yep.
Like geometry's not a theory; it's a fact.
Hear that?
No, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
The hell?
Play it one more time, Brody.
Like geometry's not a theory; it's a fact.
There you go.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. What about the ones that were already pre-downloaded? Do you still have them? Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
no.
nope. Wrong one.
It's just my opinion.
That one?
It's just my opinion.
yeah. So that's just Brian's opinion.
No, that was a different guy.
No, that's a different guy, but
Yeah.
yeah, the first one was Brian.
Yeah.
But yeah, VS3 is busy. We left Cambridge, and Vince had 3 different sets of dirt bike, like shocks and forks to go home with him.
Left with.
Yeah. Joe even took his bike apart at the track and gave me actually threw his shock at me, which I did not appreciate.
Yeah.
Joe Wood comes out of his trailer. He's like, "Hey Vince, here you go." Just throws it in your shock.
Lands his face down in the dirt, packs the bearings full of dirt and everything. I'm like, all right, Joe.
That's perfect.
Vince, how do you say Eric's last name?
Fleischacker.
Fleisch. Okay, I was somewhat close, but I had it wrong.
You said flesh liquor.
You did say liquor.
No, it's not that one.
Yeah.
It's like, God, it's a horrible last name.
And what was Ty's last name too?
Richardson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wasn't Spine Eater?
Yeah. You can't mess that one up.
No, I didn't know it. I didn't know what his last name was because I had tried thinking it because Spencer works for Indian too, and he works for Polaris or Indian. Ty does, and he actually comes walking up to us, and he rode with us at Tracks North last year. So I'd already met him once.
Yeah.
He comes walking up with a Longton Motorsports sweatshirt on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he knows those guys.
I was like, how the heck do you have a Longton Motorsports sweatshirt on?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I know Adam and Travis. It's like, what? From South Dakota? How do you know those guys?
Yeah. That's funny.
He's like, yeah.
I don't know if he knows them from like hunting out there or something, or because he goes out there quite a bit for that.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really ask if it was from that or if it was from those guys coming and doing like the hair scramble stuff. But yeah, they went to Nashville Supercross together and everything.
That's cool.
So I thought, God, what a small world.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vince, when should I get this new Yamaha quad?
I'm gonna go with never.
So
I think I might have to pull my sponsorship from the podcast if you buy a quad. So
I've been thinking about it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, just to have
like a nice sport quad?
Yeah. Just to have one, you know.
So on Wednesday, me and Vince went down to Huntersville and rode single track. And my first time ever doing ever cross country stuff, dirt biking, ever single tracking. I've only been on the track, only on a dirt bike track. And Vince is a double A hair scramble guy. And there was no keeping up to him, even if I tried my hardest.
I believe it.
I was very humbled.
You only hit one tree though.
Yep.
You only hit one tree?
Very humbled in the first 20 minutes of, we got into a faster section of like 2 or 3 good like sand whoops. I'm like, okay, I can do this. And whoop, whoop, whoop. And then a little quick left turn. It's like, I'm coming way too fast. Yeah. Locked up the rear. And it was kind of slick in that spot too, because there was slick and there was some ice out there still too.
Wow.
Locked up the rear and just slid. It's like, oh shit, little dead tree like that big. Coming straight forward. It's like, I don't know how to take this. Like, and just dodged it with the tire, and it just went right into the left shroud.
Oh no!
And pushed the louver into the radiator a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh man, my bike is really nice condition, and then to do that to it. So then I pull up to Vince, and I say, I hit a tree, and he just laughs.
Yeah.
But luckily we finished that loop, got back to the truck, pulled the side panel off, pulled the radiator brace off. Vince helped me. Vince did some body work to the radiator brace. And then got it back on, got everything clipped back into place. It was like it didn't even happen, except for just like the little wrinkle in the radiator. So Vince went full mechanic on my bike.
Cool.
I think he felt bad for making me run into a tree.
Just need a picnic table and a rubber mallet. It turns out to straighten your radiator brace. So
yeah. That's like basically all I use at the shop.
Just outside hidden quarter panels and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were in some tights. The first section was really fun. It was single track, but it was wide enough. And then we went across this road to where it was single track, but it was like trees touching both sides of your handlebars. To where to like go in between these two trees, you had to angle your bike that way and then quickly the other way. And like Vince was just gone. Gone.
Trees are berms that don't move, Gunner.
Yeah, I don't. And then
that's not a good quote. That's terrifying.
You'll have to clip that one.
Clip that one, bro. That one. And then like little tiny stumps that are sticking up like 3 to 4 inches tall out of the ground.
Some of the new clear cut stuff are just these tiny little. They're not like quite trees, but they're not like twigs either. It's just enough to ruin a guy's day if you hit them wrong.
Like imagine this bottle sticking up like that.
Oh, so
I was like, please don't crash and land on that.
Yeah.
To like take that in the side.
Yeah.
But
it could probably kill you.
Oh man, it'd definitely do some damage to take that in the wrong spot. But no, Vince, what was your best ever finish at like when you did race AA? Like what was your best finish?
Well, actually I think my best finish overall was the year before I won AA. When I think it was at Staples. I think that year I won 250A, and I think I was 6th overall. And then the next year when I went AA, I only raced a few races actually that year, and I was 9th overall at Cambridge, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So the finish was about the same. The results didn't sound as good because I didn't like win 250A or something. It was just like, nope, you just got 9th this time.
Oh, sure. Yep. I could see how that sounds. Like that's how I claim myself. Like, am I a fast C guy or a slow B guy? Fast C guy sounds better.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trophies make you seem way faster.
Yep.
That's why we just join all the classes.
But yeah.
Hey, so I had a question about the 600 triple race.
Yep. We'll try to answer it.
It's like full open mod stuff, right?
Yep.
So like, is it basically you can do whatever you want in like an O2 chassis, or does it have to be like the motor was in that chassis originally?
What are you trying to do?
Well, the ISR, I think the ISR rule book, what is it? There's something, you just have to take a glance at it, or the Pro Open class.
Yeah.
Because I think it says you can switch engines. I don't think it has to be like, I don't think the chassis had to come with that engine.
Yeah.
And is it one of those things where like it has to be still from the same manufacturer though? It's not like you can swap like a Cat into a Polaris or something?
I don't know.
That I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no idea here. We're no help.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I just thinking about some things in my head here of parts that are laying around that I know about, so maybe concocting some sort of concoction.
Your Yamaha 4-stroke is a triple.
No,
is a triple, so put it in a Gen 2 chassis, and there you go.
Oh, I've thought about that. I talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
If they'd let me race an Apex, I'll just buy that.
Yeah.
But
Vince was all in on my Apex idea for the 24 hours of Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Vince,
I'm for it.
Yeah. Or like a 850 boost, you know.
No, Apex would
No,
outlast.
okay. No, we need something that's going to work the entire time. We need an Apex. All right?
Apex would be so freaking cool.
You guys
Yeah.
and your freaking 4 strokes. Two strokes is the way of life.
No.
Whatever, man.
Is your car a 2-stroke?
Shut up, bro.
Yeah, do you drive an RX-7?
Yeah, rotaries are cool as hell.
It's basically a spinning triangle 2-stroke. So
Yeah. I mean, they're cool.
And we do think you could race your VMAX in the trail class, Vince.
because I think that's 850 limit, isn't it?
We think so, 850 or 800 maybe.
Okay. I don't remember. If there's a smooth enough race, I'd maybe bring that thing out. I was going to do it at Iowa that year, but the ice was so rough that I didn't feel like destroying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pine Lake should be. I mean, that's probably smoothest bet, anyways.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
But trail class, there was only me and one other guy in it this year
Yeah.
at Pine Lake.
Sure.
But still, I only did it for lap time,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
track time. So
But yeah, following Vince in the trees gave me way more respect for like the GNCC like XC1 guys
yeah,
of like
Oh yeah.
of like Caleb. It's like, okay, Vince just left me without even trying. It's like, how fast is like Caleb Russell going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he makes me look like a sea rider.
So it'd almost be the equivalent of like of you to me and like of Caleb Russell to
Yeah.
you to him.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God.
It's pretty dumb.
I cannot imagine.
Just flying through the trees,
It's
hauling
unreal.
ass, and
Yeah.
not dying.
Well, mostly not dying.
Oh yeah. We die a little every day, you know.
True. As soon as you're born,
yeah,
you're dying.
Thank you.
I just had to throw the philosophy in there.
Yeah.
Clip that too.
But yeah, Vince, I was telling these guys that you worked me in the woods, and then we get to Cambridge, and then you just worked us on the sand track too.
Mm-hmm. So I
I
guess
don't know about work, but
No, when you came by, you passed me and Eric, and you were standing up through the inside of the corner. It was like, damn.
so. That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, just don't sit down.
Yeah, so I said,
Yeah, I had a few good corners when around you guys, and after that, we just dropped the anchor again. So
but yeah, I said if you'd come up and race Brooks, I'd put you in A class.
I'll have to make it up there sometime.
Yep, for
We
sure.
were talking like maybe for the around that Polaris anniversary thing they're gonna do up there, maybe around that time frame.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But like maybe in between then and now, I'd like to meet you guys at like Berm Benders or try to go to that MX 108.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to go to the Little Falls track sometime too.
No comment there, I guess.
I've never ridden there. I've been there, but it's been a long time.
Oh,
That's where usually like Dan Revering and stuff goes.
he's got a track at his house though too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the I think he's done the Friday night stuff quite a bit there.
Oh, really?
But that's like more of the like at the fairgrounds one that they have, because they have like 2 tracks in Little Falls basically.
Mm.
Oh,
Because there's like a big moto track, and then which you can almost see from the highway, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the fairground race where they do the Friday night stuff and everything.
yeah. That's one place I never went to as a kid neither. It was always like there was bigger races. Like we do all like the local races, but there's always bigger races at like Little Falls or like Staples or Larimore. That Larimore was a big race.
Yeah, when Brainerd was doing their thing too, that was big. Or not? There was a lot of people there.
Yep.
But yeah.
Oh, that one like south of town or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, where the zoo is now.
Tori just bought a new bike.
Yeah. So we're gonna get some riding in this
Yeah.
summer.
Good.
Did you know Tori bought that bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, our buddy Tori just bought a brand new CRF 2024 CRF 250, and he bought his daughter a new CRF 150 too.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Nice.
So yeah, Tori's going to be back at the track.
Again.
Again,
He's going to sell it in a month, but
No, really?
that's what he did with his Yamaha.
Oh yeah, with that Yamaha, that only lasted like 2 months of riding.
Yeah, true.
And it's been 3 years now.
Yeah. Vince, that Instagram thing you sent to me, like, if there's one thing that I'm better than you at, it's got to be kicking over a two-stroke.
I don't know about that, man. I got a lot of fucking hole shots on a YZ250, but those things are like hole shot machines.
I
Got a lot of hours
you
on
sent
those.
us now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Suzuki one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But heck yeah.
Going on 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, long one.
Long one.
You get all the sand out of your eyes yet, Gunner? Because I haven't.
No, I didn't have sand in my eyes. It was my nose and my ears a little bit, but
A little in the teeth too.
no, not so
yeah.
not so bad, but no, like there was a few guys. There was that one Woods guy on a KTM, but he hauled ass.
Hardy, yeah.
He hauled ass,
Yeah, he was
but
going good.
he was a little out of control. I seen him on the ground like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
on the
yeah.
edge.
He was just over the edge.
Nice. That's where it's at
That's,
though.
that's where you got to ride.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. You got to try to find that gray area between the black and the white.
Yeah, so I was happy to not lay it down at all. No tip overs
No.
or wash.
Just
I
bumping
came
into a
real
tree.
close a couple times, but
Yep, me too. Real close on washing the front or like losing the rear out from underneath you because it was pretty wishy-washy in a few spots.
yeah, that last session we went out, the wind was blowing so damn hard, like all the sand was coming across, and it looked like you're going across a lake or something like that
Yeah.
where the snow was blowing. I'm like, are we racing the Iron Dog or are we riding dirt bikes today?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like much fun. Riding in the snow on a dirt bike.
Well, no, it wasn't snow.
Oh, it was sand.
It was
Okay.
sand
Yeah,
blowing
it's
across.
sand. It was even
Okay.
worse.
So even worse. Okay.
Yeah, the wind
Yeah.
picked up there a little bit for like the last 2 motos, and
Yeah, that big tabletop in the center. If you hit that and the wind gust came, you're like, I guess we're moving over to the right side of this landing.
yeah,
now.
you take off on the left side, you land over on the right side of the landing.
Yeah.
Did you watch any Supercross last night or this morning, Vince?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Somehow I don't really know what happened either. So I think once I get home here, when we'll probably sit down and watch it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. I forgot it was even a Triple Crown when I did my picks.
Oh yeah.
They're doing a lot of triple crowns.
No, only 3.
Only 3?
Yep.
God, it seems like way more.
Yep. Yeah, it's only been 3.
It's because of all the Snocross Triple Crowns.
I do like the Snocross Triple Crown compared to their normal stuff that they usually did. Because at least you get to see them out there for at least 20, 30 minutes then instead of just one of their little 8-minute finals.
Yep.
Yeah, your 8th place Justin Cooper pick for me, Vince, did not work out. So
No?
nope.
Dang.
Nope.
Now you pretty much ruined the whole race for me, so.
Yeah, overall out of 3 main events, Justin Cooper does not get 8th. Vince bought 2 SHOPTALK shirts from us.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Thanks
I
for
did.
supporting.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. It is what it is, I guess.
Whatever.
And yeah, do I thank you for the hats?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing it right now. I'm repping it.
Yeah, thanks for the hat.
Outstanding. Look at you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got to represent.
But but yeah, thanks to Fox for the giveaway stuff.
Yeah.
But like we're no longer like affiliated with Fox.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I get that.
That's what, on that one, I'm just going to embroider it a little bit more and write 0 Pro below it.
Just have it wrap around the whole left side of the hat.
Yeah, 0 Pro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the hell are them red ones called? The position sensitive.
Oh, position sensitive.
So there's one of those that I got in this totes of shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's brand
Your
new.
whole PS5.
Yeah, it's brand new, and I almost fucking chucked it in the field today.
Still making them.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It was cool to see you get 3 sets of suspension, Vince, to work on that people are bringing their stuff to you.
yeah, it should be a busy week. And I got a fourth one that a guy's dropping off sometime this week. So,
Well, I think I have 3 sets that I'm going to bring to you sometime.
all right, sounds good.
ZRT stuff.
Oh,
So I'll have
well,
mine.
that's Fox.
Yeah. But it'll go to Vince.
Yeah.
But it'll be mine, Collins, and then another set,
Jeez.
maybe a little bit different.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to tell you.
What size spacers are you putting in there?
That's the thing. So I might put different arms on it. So
Arms
Oh boy.
in the skid?
no, front arms.
Oh, front arms.
To widen it out on a ZR1 chassis, widen it out a little bit, so that'll change.
Just put some Firecat arms on it or something. Make it like 53 inches wide.
53.
Open is open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. You could have that claim. Why are you telling me I can't go over 45? It's open. Man.
Yeah, why is there any
Thought this
rules?
was America.
Yeah. Fucking sway bar would be like 6 feet long.
Have to weld 2 pry bars together.
Yeah.
I'm riding a wide sled.
You wouldn't even have to lean. You just.
But heck yeah, it was a lot of fun, Vince, at Huntersville and Cambridge this weekend. So I had a blast.
Good. Just glad you didn't walk up into the brush on the side of the trailer or anything. So
Yeah, that's nice to hear. I saw some Snapchats of the week. So weekend, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like every time the trail ended, Vince had to just sit there and wait for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told him, it's like, well, I understand how you feel of when you're used to going so fast. Like if I were to go for a trail ride to where like 80 is like just your Sunday cruise speed for me of just trail riding. And for other people, like it's 45,
That's way too
55
fast. Yeah.
is their cruising speed. And so it's just like what you're used to. So
it's a lot easier when it's not a big group, though, because then you got like a bunch of crap to deal with, a bunch of different speeds and waiting up for a lot of people. Then people really want to stop.
Oh, sure.
It's nice just for a couple guys, then it's easier to keep moving, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When you're there to ride, don't you want to ride the whole time?
Well, you'd think, but
Yeah. We went on that one vintage kind of ride from Pine Lake that they had like 2 years last year, 2 years ago. Shit, they couldn't make it like 2 miles without having to stop and drink a beer.
Yeah.
We didn't make it very far, and I just kept going.
Screw it. That's my kind of ride.
oh shit.
But yeah, I thought it was funny on how Eric had just bought this new Kawasaki, and he's been a Yamaha guy, loved his Yamaha, but bought a new Kawasaki, and he just kept going back and forth, like telling himself like it was a good purchase, like. And then he'd look at Vince's Yamaha and look back at his Kawasaki. I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
Yeah. He keeps calling it a Walmart bike. He's literally got the Walmart logo in his graphics.
God, it's funny.
It's awesome.
But yeah, it was fun riding with you and Eric and Ty and Joe.
Yeah.
Or well, we never got to ride with Joe out there. He was in the other practice.
No. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Vince, what do you got planned for Fox this week? What are you doing?
I don't know. Probably some desert shocks or something. We'll see what happens when I get there. Kind of chaos ensues.
I suppose since you've been gone, you were gone for 20 days. That's kind of you got to see what's waiting for you back at the shop.
Yeah. I haven't been in the shop for just over 3 weeks. So.
Oh, Vince is working on secret stuff for our ZRT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not telling you about that.
Yeah. No, yours is already wide enough the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get mine a little wider.
Oh, we're doing secret stuff though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
Super secret.
Yeah. You're triple stacking the washers.
Yeah, we actually just took the pistons right out.
Yeah.
We're going Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Like
Bluetooth. Cross link connected to the front.
with the new dynamic stuff.
Yeah.
Huh.
CRT Dynamics.
Yep. There we go.
No, mine's really narrow.
Yeah.
ZR1 chassis is really narrow.
Really?
Yeah. So figuring out how to get it a little wider. So
Did you guys go on the lake today or no?
No, we didn't. No, it was cold today.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Yeah, I bet. It was cold down here.
15 degrees with like at least 25 mile an hour winds the whole
wind
day.
was
Still
ripping.
windy.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, fuck
I hate
that.
the wind.
No.
So I was trying to put this airbox in this ZRT, and it's like the debauchery of shit that is on the airboxes on these things. It's like
They
what?
bolted everything to these
yeah,
airboxes.
the fuel pump,
Yep.
and there's 2 coils, and then the fuel line has to route through it.
Yep.
It's
Like route right next to the steering post.
yeah, and then up and over
Yep.
into the fuel pump. It's
Make
like-
sure it don't rub on your top shaft.
So that's another cool thing. The guy underneath the shaft, there's little brackets or whatever that you route everything underneath, so it doesn't. It can't rub the shaft.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, some of the stuff, it's like, Kirk, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised how easy the VMAX 4 airbox has come out because it's got 2 separate ones.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody could even make a one-piece one back then in the 90s, but, because it'd be like 7 feet wide then.
Yeah. I was gonna take a picture of what I was working on and send it to Dale Cluse because he was an engineer up there at that time.
Oh, yeah?
Say, what the hell were you thinking?
Why did you do this to me?
Did you know we were gonna be racing this shit like 30 years later?
Yeah.
Why didn't you make this for a racer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the boots that connect to the reeds?
The car boots?
The flange boot or something they call it. Those are extinct.
Yeah, there's no more. Yep.
Ours have like little hairline cracks in it. What do we do?
There's a guy that's
Toothpaste.
supposed to be reprinting or 3D printing some.
Really?
Yeah, but he wants to get like a bunch of them. So like you have to sign a list and then prepay.
Oh.
He was working on it like 2 years ago, and then he's like perfecting it now, I guess. So
You think it'd be pretty easy to at least...
it's just the material.
Oh, sure. To at least copy the same thing that boot is. But yeah, I suppose material.
I think what they were working on is making the hard plastic or whatever, but making a actual rubber boot to seal on the carburetor.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it's a little finicky.
Yep.
Yeah. But I also noticed there's a bunch of cool trick parts that come with this thing. Like we were talking about the boots, there's spacers in between, like where the reed and where it bolts to there's spacers there, and atomize the fuel a little bit longer. But I don't know if that affects the way the reed works.
Taking the in between that and the cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember because I know there was a bunch of crap with that on like the dirt bike stuff, and I think if you make that longer, it's essentially making your intake track longer, which is like a little bit more torquey, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But I don't remember for sure. I knew whatever was on there, if it wasn't a stock YZ250 part, I threw it in the garbage where it belonged and put it back to OEM spec because it's the best dirt bike ever made. So
people do sell aftermarket hot garbage.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Aftermarket stuff that just doesn't work.
Yep.
Like even for these cars and stuff, like they'll sell you like throttle body spacers and stuff like that. It's like the fuel isn't there, it's going into the actual cylinders itself. So why the hell do you need more air volume in the top of your freaking throttle body, like where your throttle body is? It's like, I don't understand it.
I don't know either.
Vince just does thin washers.
Yeah.
I just do the thin washers.
Well, okay, Vince. Well, we'll let you get back at it then.
And then the carburetors are going to sit back farther, so it might mess up the boots on the airbox.
Oh yeah.
It's that. How much of a washer is in there? Or
Quarter inch.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think that's what was on my YZ when I had that stupid Paracore big bore motor in it.
Oh yeah.
God, that thing was a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, that 290 you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it was fast. It was like 50 or 51 horsepower or something. But yeah, it just never ran right. Kept blowing head gaskets, shit. So I just traded it to some dude that raced wind carts and put like a used piston and cylinder and head in it that I had no idea how many hours were on, and it just worked pretty much forever. So
that's how Yamaha does it.
Yes.
Blue Crew. I'm repping Blue Crew for the sweatshirt today too.
Yeah, I has like a 30-year-old sweatshirt on right now.
You look like you went through Vietnam with that thing.
Did you steal that from a homeless guy?
No, I bought this like in 2015 when I went to the Sioux with Team Yamaha.
Yeah.
So it's just got some miles on it.
Yeah. You went through Vietnam and Desert Storm with it.
Because right now snowmobiling is done. So Artie Cat snowmobiles are done. So now it's Blue Crew. Blue. I'm hoping to be a Blue Crew ambassador. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they could hook
that'd
me
be
up,
something.
that would be something, huh, Vince? If we could get a deal like that going for the Shop Talk podcast.
How about Zin?
Yeah.
Zin ambassador. Yeah.
You can make that happen.
I buy enough product.
Yeah.
Blue Crew.
Blue Crew.
Bike of the year.
But is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't clip that. I can't confirm it. So
It is. Watch every review there is for the 450s.
Bike of the year.
Every year.
cool.
Quad of the year.
Yep, it is. Well, it's literally the only
one. Yeah.
God dang, it's been like 10 years in a row now.
Yeah. Yep. What did I when I was going down my quad rabbit hole today, Vince? I seen the one guy was talking about this Walsh front end that I think Weenan is running too on his.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys run I bet almost everybody runs a Walsh front end.
But it's like they said it has the same geometry as like the Suzuki LTR.
Yeah, so and a lot of those guys actually use an OEM LTR 450 spindle with that setup, and like they say it has to be like a Suzuki, like the OEM part. If you even get like an aftermarket like copy one, it's not the same.
Weird.
Yeah, they're talking about all that weird stuff. It's the ATV stuff is honestly it's worse than snowmobiles for racing them. Like you have to literally change every part except the main frame, and you can't even leave your motor stock, otherwise it'll just be slower than hell.
For what Chad is doing for like the pro stuff.
Oh, even in the amateur stuff, if you go to a D23 race, there's nobody on stock stuff. It's ridiculous how much money they have poured into these things.
Really? Because our 2009 I thought it had plenty of power.
Yeah, well, it does, but until you go race these other guys, you might as well not even show up.
Sure. I see. Yeah, you're showing up to a 125 race and everybody else is on 150s.
Oh no, you're showing up to a 125 race and everybody else is on at least like 450s. So
no way, it's that big of a difference.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, they're making some big jam out of these things. It's not like your dirt bike 450 where they're like, oh, it makes enough power. Like,
yeah,
they're making them make some power to lug those big things around.
Really? Why is it that like the quads are 10 times louder at the racetracks than the dirt bikes?
I've always wondered that too.
I don't know. It's just it's just to make some freaking jam. I guess they want those things wrapped out into flow.
Is it like shorter? You wouldn't think it would be shorter.
No, it's just like if you look at like a 450 quad muffler compared to the dirt bike stuff, like just the idea of the muffler is like a half inch to an inch bigger. Like, because they don't have to meet a sound regulation either, like the AMA stuff does for dirt bikes.
Sure.
So yeah, most of those are still like when the 4-strokes came out, when it was like 105, 106 decibels, and it's annoying. I guess the guys that run the FMF stuff, it isn't like Chad's and like Walker's stuff. Like it's not super loud. It's actually like you don't really mind. It sounds like a normal 450 dirt bike pipe would. But yeah, some of those dudes are like the HMF and the RP stuff. It's like, oh my God, like I don't want to be here.
Yep. Yep. There's a few guys even at Brooks that have some really loud quads. It's like, how is it that loud? But Quad life.
Every high schooler's dream.
Yeah.
Loud ass
Basically,
Loud as hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Well, okay, Vince. Well, we'll talk to you next weekend. See what kind of desert stuff you're working on.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Could you get us if there's ever a junk shock that comes through the shop, like one of them big 4-foot trophy shocks for our studio?
No.
That'd be cool.
Probably not like an external bypass one, but I bet there's I could get a desert one or something like that from one of the UTVs.
If there's one that has a super bent shaft on it, it's just gonna go in the garbage, we'll take it.
Or a cool fork or something like that would be cool too.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Like mountain bike forks, you mean?
No, like dirt bike fork.
Well, that'd be Vince. Vince isn't gonna have one of those. We're talking Fox, the $1 million company. Some of them
big
really,
ass shock.
really cool.
I'm just thinking of shit that'd be cool.
36 millimeter mountain bike forks. Those
Yeah.
would be cool too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll slap
I
it
don't
on the
know
wall.
what we even have. Sure, we can find something to donate to the cause.
You don't have to.
Maybe we got an old cutaway
Just
shock or
garbage.
something.
that's all you're giving us is just
Yeah.
garbage. So.
Literally just some old titanium shock that's in the garbage at Fox. Just grab that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just come dig through our scrap bin.
Yeah, the roll-off dumpster in the back.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy on how much stuff these big places throw away. I had heard one story once of when Team was doing the full-blown Snocross team stuff, that they had a full full M10 skid frames in the dumpsters.
Yeah. One of the guys actually found Levi LaValle's hood in that dumpster.
Really?
Yeah, 108 hood, and he grabbed it. Yeah, on a mod sled. Yeah, where the edge chassis, the headlight delete and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They took our mods.
God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, if they were still doing that shit, I'd be in that dumpster.
Oh God.
What the fuck kind of parts are these?
Have a little shack just posted up next to it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are definitely illegal.
Oh, carbon fiber, huh?
Carbon fiber.
Well, okay, Vince. Well,
Yeah.
VS3 suspension.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plugged.
Plug.
Got shit to do this week.
Yep. Heck
We,
yeah.
we need a VS3 sticker here.
Well, I know a guy that makes them.
You got the PDF on them.
I'm not the one that makes them, all right? I'm just the one
Oh.
that informs everybody, and then I
Sorry, I blew up.
I have to feel guilty
Well, I'll pay for them.
for asking somebody to do something for me.
Oh.
No, it's a part of the sponsorship.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, cool.
Good.
And SHOPTALK Podcast is sponsoring
Yeah.
Gerbot.
Yep. We got a bike sponsor this year, Vince.
Sweet.
That's
For you?
freaking cool.
I need that PDF though.
It doesn't show up what I send you, or
Mm-mm.
oh, really? Oh,
We'll get that ironed out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Vince. Well, thanks again.
No problem. You guys have a nice week.
Yep, you too.
Don't do anything too stupid.
No, it's gonna be too cold for me to ride a dirt bike again. So
Okay.
Yeah, I can't run because it's too cold. So.
I'll get the snowmobiles put away at least.
All right.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right.
Talk to
Megaphone.
you. Megaphone.
And that's that.
Yep. VS3 suspension.
2 hours, 30 minutes.
Heck
Yep.
yeah. Oh, are you getting? Oh, we'll talk
It
about
did,
after.
just didn't show up.
Really.
Yeah. So I don't know if I sent you the wrong email.
You didn't get nothing.
We can
Well,
talk about it after.
Yeah, we could do this off the
Let's
show.
discuss this right now. Let's Gmail. What the heck?
Gmail.
That's what I sent you.
To which one?
Both of them.
Yeah, I didn't get.
We're extending the content with the email, the Bakkery.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gunner tried to email me a PDF earlier, and I haven't received them.
Of our
Logo.
copywritten SHOPTALK logo.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? I was looking at our logo just the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like my email.
man, like
no one else has that
on how this all came about, on how we have a logo.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like we've only had it for a few months now, but it seems like I've always seen this logo or something. Like,
okay, you've gone too far now.
yeah,
Deja vu?
like almost a little bit on how it all worked out.
Oh yeah, it's cool as hell. It's awesome that we have a logo, but
Super cool.
yeah.
Yep.
And I guess we thank our cousin again for making it.
Yep. Nathaniel.
Yeah, nothing.
Huh, weird. Yeah, I'll have to try to send it again somehow. But yeah, that was what I had written down was Kyle's ZRT stuff. Brody, you started running.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, this is kind of funny. No one's probably listening to it, but
Oh yeah, people listen.
the first day, Monday, I was running. There was like 10 young kids at the park. And like I come running up, the one girl points at me, "There's a guy coming." And so the whole group of kids comes off the basketball court and like just starts running with me. "Can we run with you?" I'm like, "Sure, I don't care." Yeah. And so I'm running with a group of kids down the bike path.
You're like Rocky.
Yeah, it was like a weird little movie I was in, and I'm like, "Well, am I like the town hero or what the hell is this?" I told them I'm only running 2 miles, and they're like, "Oh wow, holy, we're not running with you for that far." And there was only like 45 seconds they ran with me, but
There is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
it was a weird little movie I was in. I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, am I the town hero just running with the kids? Making the town a better place.
Yeah,
it was
Cleaning up the town.
yeah,
We're running
setting a good example.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, during Halloween,
Not like everybody else in Clearbrook, just out there smoking.
Smoking cigarettes. Yeah.
yeah, left-handed cigarettes. But like Halloween, kids come up to the door. "Are you the guy that runs?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the running guy." Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. That was one.
So you only got
funny
a couple
story.
runs in?
4. I got 4 runs.
Are you shooting for the Fargo Marathon?
Probably not. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
Getting to
Because that was
if it was warm and I've been running.
Yeah, 1st of June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't be. It would suck too much.
Yeah.
It would just be too much suffering and not enough actually just like enjoying the run.
Yeah.
So,
Heck yeah.
mm-hmm.
Good episode.
Yeah.
Very
it
good
was.
episode.
Yeah. I had fun.
Totally. Yeah, Spencer, the Carbide Podcast guy. He's cool.
Yeah, like I say, it felt like talk to him because he
Yeah.
just
You
listened
listen
to
to
him.
him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if he thinks the same.
Huh.
Anyway,
Yeah, we'll have Elk River to talk about next week.
Yeah.
cool.
So we'll see if we'll see if Jesse races that one.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say we should just go, but I was like, there's so much work to do at home.
Yep. And it's just to go. I was just down there.
Yeah.
I was just down there. I don't care to go back. It's all you get to see more watching it on the computer
Yeah.
than you do
Yeah.
being there.
Totally.
So we didn't get any responses on if anybody would want us to do a UFC fight companion.
Oh.
So
I don't think our fan base has branched out that far. If we keep talking about it though,
yeah.
we
Have you ever tried jujitsu?
were you gonna make a clip of that or?
No, like I'll tell you about it after.
Okay.
There's a pretty good joke that we had at Cambridge because have you ever tried jujitsu?
What did you ask people that or?
It was this Gypsy Tales.
Oh, yeah.
He does
Yeah.
motocross
Yeah.
podcasts and
Yeah.
whatnot. He's Australian, and he can't. The one guy said he can't go through a whole episode without bringing up jujitsu. And like, it was just this last episode, like 10 minutes to go. It's like he's gonna do it, and he brought it up.
Yeah.
Have you ever like when I'm doing jujitsu? I knew exactly what he was talking about, so I thought it was hilarious because then Joe Rogan brings it up all the time.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. We could start doing that too.
Yeah. 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 We could.
Get a couple mats,
start rolling.
No,
before the podcast, we'd start rolling.
I'm just thinking about like stuff that we've talked about with all of our guests, It's like,
ZRTs and
Yeah.
triples and
Yeah.
Gen 2s.
yeah. You ever put 38s on something that come with 36s? Yeah.
Like the bingo card.
Yeah.
Like, will Brody bring up his marathon?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably brought up Pine Lake and almost everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
You ever race Pine Lake?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're racing Pine Lake.
When were we going to see you at Pine Lake?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back at it again for 25. Episode 25 next time. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like 25, but it's like, now that you think about it, it's like, we do it a lot.
It's crazy that we've had this much stuff to talk about.
Well, it's been 25 weeks, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
26 because we missed a week.
We've missed 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
So.
Well, of course, there's always stuff to talk about.
And I just seen a thing the other day. It's only 170 days to hay days.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Am I going this year?
Well,
I
of
guess
course
I
you're
am.
going.
You have to.
Yeah,
gotta
well,
bring-
no, duh, yeah.
You're the one that wears the watch.
Yeah, I forgot. The watch is strictly just for running and workouts now.
Well, okay.
No, I'm not doing the thumbnail. You guys like doing the thumbnail? I'm not doing the thumbnail. The jazz hands? What the hell is this?
I got that one last night. I got Kyle doing the jazz hands.
Yeah.
But, okay.
No.
Good job.
Yep. See ya.
Yep.